Not now. Good evening. Is there anybody even fucking here anymore? I didn't promote us as much as I should have. And the reason for that is
You stopped caring.
I stopped caring. I don't care is what I was going to say. Jackie Steele, how are you doing?
Oh, how dare you? How dare you start with that question? How am I? I got a green screen.
It looks great. Oh, no, put your glasses on so you can see what you're doing because you have to run the show until much later. I won't make fun of the fucking pans are clanging together like a wind chime, like a poor lady's wind chime. No, you look fantastic. Quick question. Is there anybody here watching our show?
Yeah, there's already people watching. People are loving it. There's a comment. People are here.
Well, then let me get my
Here we go.
wits about me. Good evening, everyone. No, I don't care. The mural looks great. I feel like I've seen that picture, though, before. Do you know where it's from?
Indeed, I do. I love – see, professionals would have planned this, so it's going to look really great, but we did not, nor are we. This artwork is from May 17th, which is International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia.
Right.
And you could go to may17.org to get info. And you and I both recorded a video for the video piece that we're doing.
Haven't other people recorded videos?
They have, yes. And I would love even more to record them. So
Hi, Angie, honey bunny. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, I mean to interrupt. You know that I don't see people often, so I have to get, hi, Tosh. I love this show. Don't lie to Jackie, Tosh. Don't do that to her. Hi, Claire. Oh my, okay, we're getting somewhere. We got a lot.
Now we're cooking.
Annie's here. We are okay. We are going to be okay.
Fine.
Sorry, Jackie. You were saying we're making videos against homophobia. Right? I want to, because sometimes people don't know where I stand on an issue. And I do hate, I hate a lot of people.
So much.
So many people. Too many to mention. Too many to make a video for. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. That'd be a much longer video piece.
That's what we need to do. I also want to make an opening for our show where it's just us shouting, like facing this way, and you're like, I don't know where my earrings are. And it's literally, and I cut it together to talk about the show. And it's just, but I keep forgetting to do it because you're such a professional and I'm such a professional that we don't need to plan because we already know what we're going to say.
Literally everything he's saying is what's behind the scenes. I'm like, I lost my phone. It's under the goddamn dog. Where's my earring?
The dog. Am I centered with the camera? No,
I don't know that you're centered, but in terms of this camera, you are perfect. Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to give this. Danity, do you want this dress? It don't fit me no more. From here down, it's a pregnancy dress for me. So I can't wear it. But Danity's got a marvelous figure. But she's a tall glass of water, too. Anyway.
What? You mean like pregnancy, like you couldn't wear it if you were pregnant? Because that's not. That's
well, I'm fat. I'm fat. That's all. Not that pregnant women are fat, but they're also carrying a baby. I'll take it. That's my boo. That's my girl. Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome to another edition of Triggered. I'm here with the incomparable Jackie Steele. How are you, Jackie?
Yeah, hello. No, I'm good. I'm having such a day that I'm drinking rosé bubbly out of a can. That's,
Wow. I don't know.
Every inch of shame you ever had in your life, and you're so drawn to you're drawn to it because it's your shame, and I know that, and I'm okay with it.
I hear you. Yeah. Sidebar: rosé in a can. Are there not glasses where you are? I mean, is there not like a glass?
I couldn't find a
Your
glass.
phone.
My phone was you were there. I looked for that phone for 10 minutes. You called me. We're doing that thing now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking and I was like, it's under the dog. What the first thing I said was, it's under the dog. The phone is under the, I guarantee it.
I never heard
searched the house. I ripped things apart. You're calling me.
Yeah.
And where was it? Under the dog's ass.
See, I couldn't have a pet. When people speak of unconditional love from an animal or a pet, I don't go for that. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have
unconditional love.
I get it from my parents because
and me. I love you.
I guess that's true.
Sake.
I guess the whole planet fucking basically loves me. But I don't know if I could take care of a pet because people like have to like say no, sit, no, and that drives me up a wall.
That's how you talk to me before we start this show.
I do that. I started doing it with my nephews when they were younger. I'd get something. I'd say, stay. And I do it now. I mean, Nathan's 18. I'm like, stay. And he's not moving. And he's like, looking at me like I'm crazy. But those boys, they're just such good kids. They're such good kids. How wonderful. You know, my dear friend Carmine.
Yes, thank you, Carmine.
Billy, you're there too. This fucking dick. And I have to tell you one of the funniest fucking stories of all time. We're in Ojai, okay, staying at this very, very chic Airstream. It's called something. I don't know what it's called. But they're Airstreams and you can rent them. Like, they have like 9 of them or 10 of them.
Yeah.
I had one. Yeah. It's called something. It's called, Carmine, what's it called? Anyway, it's called something. And we go there for a couple of days in Ojai. If you have not been to Ojai, I cannot stress enough how it is just a wonderful place. Anyway, Caravan Outpost in Ojai, California. Mm-hmm. We go there and we're very chill. This is before a pandemic, obviously. So we're walking around. We do things. It's very nice, overcast, but lovely. Well, they have a fire at night. We come back from dinner, a lovely dinner. The waiter would not sleep with me. We had a lovely dinner. We go back to the campground where there's a campfire, and we're like milling about because there's some people over there. So we're like all dressed in black and cloaked out and all this shit, and they're like, "Hey, come over here!" And we're like, "Oh man," because we're not like prepared for that kind of abrasiveness. Well, we come over, and there are 3 women there, harpies, as they would become to know within our group, because they, that was me crossing my leg, my hip almost came out. Anyway, this woman would not stop just yammering, and we knew there was a problem when she said, "We're all sisters, we're visiting from God's country," and Carmine said, whatever her name was. Carmine, what was her name? Whatever her name was, Carmine's like, "I hate to bring it to you, Gladys. It's all God's country."
Yeah.
Like,
that would be me, Carmine.
But she just never, one of her sisters left. Was like, "I'm going to go to bed," because she knew her sister was going to get. She's like, "If you hide the chocolate bars, they'll bring more out when you make s'mores. You can tell me when you already ate them. You can store them." And I was like, "Or, Gladys, I can go buy more chocolate." I'm not like, wait,
where were you at this point? Were you now all around a campfire? What was the setup while this was happening?
Me, Tosh, and Carmine walk over to the campfire. And she's like, "We were wondering who you were. We saw you. We're visiting from like Michigan." We're like, "Oh yeah." We're
God's country.
LA. Right, God's country. We're up from LA. And I'm like, right, we knew. We could tell. We're like, "Yeah." And I'm being like super quiet because I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." Like this woman, it says rapid fire. And I'm like, "Oh my God." Anyway, after her nonstop yammering, Carmine's toasting marshmallows, which she is telling him he's doing it wrong, by the way.
How do you toast a marshmallow wrong?
Jackie, that is a question that has been asked for the ages, and we will not get to that answer this evening. However, This story is really long because I've been drinking already. And
Was the marshmallow side in his hand and just the stick was in the fire?
It's too close. It's too close. And he's like, calm down, Gladys. It's
Why? I like the char. You don't know me, Gladys.
Carcinogenics. You don't know my fucking life. I'll live forever. Anyway, she says, yammer, 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 yammer. Well, anyway, how do you three know each other? Carmine says, well, I'm the brains, points to Tosh. He's the beauty, and he's the other one. Beauty, brains, and the other one. I, of course, am hysterical. What does she say? I don't get it. And, of course, then I took a fake phone call from Blythe. Hi. Oh, yeah, no, we're in Ohio. It's beautiful. And I leave, and they're like, you fucking dick. And I go,
you do that to me twice a day, by the way. You're like, oh, I'm talking to Blythe. I'm like, I know you're not, but like that's.
I was on with Blythe today a couple of times because I had
today's my day. Tuesday's my day. He has to understand.
I'm all yours. It was quite a day today. What did I tell you earlier about being triggered tonight? And I said,
you hate everyone and yourself most of all. No, that was private. I'm sorry. That was.
And yourself most of all. The other one is your new one-man show.
Yes, the other one.
Let me find a man. Speaking of no, John, it's called.
Scott.
Fuck you. I will come after you, Johnny, with a hammer. Speaking of new names, Jackie, you recently changed your social media handles.
I did, yeah. So I'm doing a little rebrand. That sounds so grossy, but
no.
Yeah. So I changed everything to 5 Foot Monster because somebody called me a 5 foot monster.
5 Foot Monster, which is really good. I have been privy to see the new sketch that your brother did. Amazing little wonderful sketch. I just love it. I think it's a great idea. I think we're going to build on that. For those of you who have never seen the show, which is everybody's seen the show because it's only people here who know us, we are taking over the world, and we're going to make this so much better this year. And we're going to start in the middle of the year so we have less time to do it. But we're going to do it. Jackie and I, hi, dog, honey. I hate everyone as well. Now, most. Fuck off, dog. I will not now most of this show. Well, be honest.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom, honey. How are you, sweetheart?
Oh, West Hollywood classics are out. Now, we did because somebody called me a 5 Foot Monster.
Yeah.
And because I've done so many of these virtual hellhole shows during the pandemic, I love this. This is nice. But
I'm moving this camera. But
what Douglas said. But because I've done so many of them, I met so many comics from all over the place doing these shows specifically. And there have been like at least maybe 5 of them that thought I was like 6 feet. They didn't know that I was.
I agree. I thought the same thing until you came in and I met, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. Like my mom's taller than you, and she's not tall.
Yeah, so, I'm 4'11", but I was like, that doesn't roll off the tongue, so we're not doing that. But yeah,
4'11" doesn't roll off the tongue. No, Mom did say, "Oh, tonight's your show with Jackie. Tell her I said hi." Mommy did say that. She was going to bed. She had quite a day. I don't want to get into it in case she's listening. I'm petrified of her. I mean, she hung up on me today and wouldn't answer the phone. And then I called her. Nothing, really. It's too long a story. But then I called my dad's phone.
The show's 6 hours. This show is longer than the Academy Awards. This is the longest show in the history.
That no one watches. But
they won't leave. They won't leave. It's not my fault. They won't go. We keep saying we're going to end it.
Yeah.
3 minutes in.
We haven't even got into the stuff to get us triggered yet. I want to tell you something though before I tell the story about my mom. I tried to do something tonight and I failed miserably. Are you actually 5 feet? No.
No, 4'11". John, you photographed me 100 times.
Oh, you're like 4'7". Calm down.
He's gonna kick your ass.
There he is. Yeah, he is. Hi, Dave, honey. How are you, sweetheart? I haven't kissed you.
Well, that's not true, Dave. There's always the green room. There's with not even a host.
I gotta go. I don't have time for this. These people are on this show. I'm going to the comments on my computer just so I can see if they're when they come in. I can't read them; it's too far away.
John Viscott has a message for you.
I love you, Johnny. I love you. I'm kidding. Poor John. Well. Look who showed up, ma'am. Okay.
So much friend shame. I just like to bring friend shame on everyone. Just all of you are rethinking it, and you should be. It's appropriate.
I wanted to tell you, because I don't know, because
Oh, this is getting emotional now. What the hell's going on?
I'm an actress. No, I'm gonna do it around the stomach so I can suck out some of the fat. No, Jackie, I tried to do a lower lash tonight on my makeup.
Oh, okay.
Because there's been so many comments about my makeup, like, oh, do you even wear lashes? And it's all from friends, and it's all coming from a place of humor and making fun of me, which I love. I'm all about. But I am like, well, should I try it? I could not get that lash on. So I'm gonna try it again.
Is it on now?
No, I didn't do it. I only did the top. I only did the top.
Did the top. Okay. Yeah.
But I wanted to try something new and give you kids like a full. I think my dress is coming unzipped. Oh God, it hits.
See, Danity knows.
Lower lash.
You know what?
You know how to do makeup. I can't.
I've never done lashes.
Yes. Look at.
Okay, there's a lot. This is getting Silence of the Lambsy, and I'm a little bit into it.
Do you try wearing a dress?
About a size 14.
I like fuck lower lashes. There's a clip on this dress. You're supposed to like hoop it. I didn't do that. So as you know, maybe not. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna zip it up.
So Douglas doesn't think you wear me. Oh, that's beautiful.
They all say that. That's because she wears more of a foundation than I do. Pow! Don't come for the queen. I have the same.
Not mad at us.
John Erickson, you have the same dress? Same
dress? Size. I would be so impressed. Same problem.
Oh, got it.
It's gonna be. There's gonna be. Oh, see, yeah, Tom.
They don't work. I don't think they work.
Has anyone tried the magnetic lash though? Because I've thought about trying it. So I'm so afraid I'm gonna jack myself up with the glue.
Yeah, I can't do magnets because magnets are. I put the lotion. God damn, like Mr. Horribleness. Get over here.
Yes. Wait, so Kale's a question.
Okay.
I think it's for you.
You always just do the top. It could be for you, Jackie. I mean, let's be honest.
Yes, I am always.
I always just do the top. I don't even do a heavy. I'm still trying to zip this dress. This is what, because I live alone. And
I've never done it. Listen, I'm so afraid something bad's going to happen right now, and we're all going to watch it. Like, just sit down. We don't know if it's open in the back. Yeah, like we don't know what's going on back there.
Well, I know, and I'm a professional. I would never come out not ready. Jackie is a dom top. It's true. Jackie is the only when she goes up with the Eagle. They're like, "Come on in, bitch." They don't give a fuck.
I've had a lot of nights at the Eagle. I assure you that.
Yes, I know. Did it. Okay. So,
the real Wild Bill. Yes.
I can't lie about it. So. When we went to Hawaii, Magnetic Lashes. That's your grinder name, Magnetic Lashes. I've seen you on it. Never mind. Jackie, do you want to get into it? Facts. Should we? What are we doing? She's a throne. It's pronounced sling, John.
I have so many. I'm going to find some photos from the Eagle, and you're going to be.
I like that. I went to a party there one night, and someone else asked me to host, and I didn't. And I came in not in my brunch dress. I wore like an orange leather jacket, a corset, really dark, dramatic makeup, like really kind of like fun, fun, sexy, bitchy, like dominatrix, but like with my own look.
Amazing.
We're not having it because self-hating gays are like the biggest export you have. If you are, and I'm going to go and say I was going to say over 40, but maybe it's over 50. But the gay men who are over, we'll say 45, compromise. There's a group, not all of them, self-hating gays. Sure. That's where Mask for Mask comes from. That's one. Are you femme? And it's like, I can't think of any.
You capture that dialect perfectly, by the way.
It's so because like what's horrible for me, back to me, is that like I'm too old to like attract the young people who like don't or gender fluid and don't fucking care. Because I don't want to brag, but I was not caring in Catholic school, like fighting people, and I was like, I don't give a fuck, like because I just didn't care. There was a boys and girls side when I went to school. Like I mean, it was like. Yeah. So I'm saying
I went to Catholic school as well. You know that. And I got thrown out because I yelled of church because a priest shushed a nun and I went off about it. And they turns out not big fans of
they don't go for that.
Fighting for equality while within the church.
No, don't go for that either. It's like it's also I'm not even sure how I got on this tirade. I feel it. Douglas, I'm just getting warmed up, motherfucker. I'm drinking out of a pint glass, and I'm already tipsy. Oh, Jesus, Dave. No fucking soliloquies. The first time someone has ever referred to Jackie.
I love Dave Polino.
We are so much. Marky is here in Stillwater. Hi, babe.
So Marky in Stillwater, just one more time. So the background that I have here is, and I'll say it probably a couple times throughout, but so this is for May 17th, which is International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia. And so as you can see, we have all the representation. And so we did a little video piece where we recorded a message. It's simple. Anyone can do it. They're still going to let us get a few more in just from this show. If we want to, I asked, and they are holding it for us. So if anybody watching wants to do it, just record yourself, look to camera and say, don't be a homophobe, don't be a transphobe, don't be a biphobe. Do one or all three, message it to me or Billy, and we'll include it. And that PSA is going to come out on May 17th for the day. So that's, I'm off my box. Yeah, I'm off my soapbox. I'm off my box. But Mark, so Stillwater did one.
No. Marky, I love you. Stillwater, you know I love you. That's brilliant. That's really, it's about that. What I learned, one of the first things I've learned from the Black Lives Matter movement, obviously this time around because I pay attention to it. Where'd you go? Oh my God, the goddamn, my nerves, Gary. The goddamn iPad monitor shut down, Jackie. And it doesn't. It's like, I'm done. Huh. And I'm like, oh my God. And I thought like the whole thing went down, but I still can see over my laptop, which is over here, because I have so many devices. But I'm going to get back on this in a minute.
Yes, so Douglas, we are. Yes, we are.
But what I was going to say is what I learned from, it's Google. I got to do it through fucking Safari.
So John Erickson reminds us not to be an asshole, which basically, we wouldn't need days. We wouldn't need artwork and posters and days and PSAs in 2021, which is cuckoo.
Which is I don't get that. I literally, right.
But what assholes, just selfish assholes.
Right. But what I was going to say here, we're coming in. I'm coming in. So
we're definitely going to start this show soon.
No, we're going to start the show any time now. Everyone just calm down. Allow, enter, broadcast, mute. Oh, God. I got to mute stuff. Oh, God. It's going to make that noise. Mute. Okay, got it. How's that? We're good? Okay.
So wonderful.
Is that it's so important to make your voice heard. Yeah. And be, especially if you can be an ally. Because like Jackie and I have talked about this a lot too, is that my perspective of things is so fucked up because I'm, me. And not only am I a white man, I'm also an old white lady. So I really get to go everywhere. I didn't know there was TSA at the airports until 6 months ago. I didn't even know there was a thing. So it's like, but I think it's important to make these videos so people feel that they, there's other people out there who hear them and see them.
Yeah.
That's all.
I will say, I know we haven't kicked off or whatever, but I will say, I love that there was a conversation on my timeline the other day about,
you just remember.
I'll just say Caitlin Splinter, and that's all that I'll say. I'm not going to say any names. But the point of it was I was basically saying, stop feeding the fire. Stop mentioning, stop giving any press, stop sharing links. Every time you share the link from anything, I don't care what it is, okay? And you're like, I hate this. You've given them credit. You've given them what they wanted. You've fed their algorithm. You've fed their numbers. And you've fed their marketing dollars, by the way, every time you do that, okay? So I hate to say it, but that's just the deal. So you shouldn't, if there's something you hate and you're pissed off about it and you don't want to see it, don't be the one to
share.
share it. You can screenshot, if you must do it, screenshot it, but don't share the link because you're actually feeding it. So just screenshot the crap.
4 presidential years of saying to people, stop feeding the monster. Oh my God, this monster. You are helping that fucking monster. Did you not watch Harry Potter? It was the main fucking thing. Don't Voldemort. You said it's
evil must not be named.
It's a whole fucking thing. I gotta move the pots over here. They're banging together.
They're wonderful.
But I just
But there was this conversation on my timeline, and people had questions. And so there was this guy. It was like he's a straight guy from the Northeast where I used to live, and he was just like, "Oh, I thought community was supposed to stand together. Isn't that being snubbing or being snobby or exclusionary or something like that?" And every instinct, because of dealing with so many trolls and idiots and gaslighters, I was just like, rah! But I took a beat. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I went, what if there's a chance this dude's actually trying to ask a question, but this is the only way he knows how to frame it, right? Like what? And I know everyone else is all like, no. I'm like, just, so I responded and I was like, I'm going to answer this as it's a question in the hopes that it's actually a legitimate question. Meaning like, I'm not here to gaslight. I didn't say that, just helping. And I answered him and he was like, actually it is. And then we had this whole exchange and I gave him info and he's like, thanks. I never really understood it. Like, da-da-da. So it's not everyone could or should do it. Like not everyone needs to be spending their time doing that stuff. But I do enjoy those moments where we can exchange and we can kind of teach them a little bit. But also not be so triggered that we can't have the conversation, that we can't like do the thing. So it's hard as shit because there's so many assholes.
It's hard as shit. There's so many assholes. And on that note, hi everybody. Billy Franceschi here. Welcome to another night of Triggered. I am here with Jackie Steele. Jackie, welcome.
Welcome.
We are starting our show. What time is it? 26 minutes?
Midnight.
59 seconds. Midnight. What you said is beautiful. You said don't support crazy people. No one said don't support crazy people. I'm sitting right here. Put my Venmo up. I'm broke. No, it's fine. No one's people are just assholes. It's true. It is true. Jackie, should we get into our show?
Yes, Tio.
Wait, how do I say that? Teophane?
Yeah.
Teophane? Certainly be put on the attention diet.
Yeah, he's been to that 6 shows. Thanks for David. Now, David's someone who also post stuff and like comments, but I've known David forever, and I'll message him. We'll have conversations. We'll chat directly. And you are, and thank you so much. Like you're such a lovely human.
Right, but a good egg.
Good egg.
That's what we say. You're a good egg. The show's pretty. You know what? This motherfucker is gonna.
You know what? You're right.
You're right. You know what, sir? Correct. All right, Jackie. What should we do? Should we start our Don't Poke the Bear?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's.
I don't have the receipts for what we talked about earlier. I only have what I talked about the other day, and I drank a pint glass of vodka already, and I'm ready for another one. I'm not going to go. Scared the hell out of me. Scared the hell out of me. I was like, I grabbed my heart or cavity.
I love to do it.
Cavity. I get nervous. I can't. I don't have any rings, bells, or whistles in this house other than my rape whistle, which doesn't have the ball inside it. Get it? Is it too much?
We're going to unpack that tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow and we'll address why.
I am learning. I tell you guys this all the time. I have been learning so much from Jackie, and one of the biggest things I do all the time is when we're talking about meeting up or going over a plan, I always say, all right, let's schedule a powwow for next week. And she's like, oh my God, I don't know. No, right, don't do it. And I just watched Thunderheart starring my good friend Val Kilmer, who plays the whitest Native American I've ever seen in a film. Do you know that movie?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it, but yeah.
Oh, I watch everything. Did you watch Walking with the Tall Whites? It's not racist.
Oh, it's the
aliens.
No, I never saw that.
Very good.
I watched the Whites of West Virginia or whatever that was.
That's different. That's different. All right, listen, we started our segment. I'm not going to go off topic, and I'm not going to pour a cocktail until you tell me to. I know, Doug. So did I. Except I'm wearing a diaper. All right, Jackie, what is your story? Everyone here is such a fucking asshole. I just can't. I almost can't keep up with how much assholism is in this house.
Assholery. Okay. By the way, just so you all know, I know there's 4 of you here now, but we are, and I don't want to distract.
Is there only 4 people? I'm watching.
No, God, no. But we are talking to, I won't say what specifically, but I think we might be moving the show to Twitch, who wants to pick up the show, and we are having that conversation this week. So we're going to bring all you assholes with us.
Right. Because guess what? Imagine once we actually start trying. Oh, my God. We're not even trying right now. I know, but you're like, Billy, you and Jackie wearing matching earrings. Thank you. You're welcome. But I love, because Jackie always has those marvelous round hoops. Yeah, they're called hoops. And then Kimmy got me these. I wore them the other day because yesterday I had a photo shoot at the W in Hollywood.
Let me pick that up for you. And also, I saw your video you did for Kimmy, and it was hilarious.
Because she bought Kimmy and Jeff, her husband. They go to swap meets all the time. Look what I found. I'm like, stop buying me shit at swap meets.
Wait, did you go in their bathroom on a show once?
Yeah, and the Kimmy has no internet. I texted you earlier. That's who sent me the picture of which they just bought at yet another swap meet this weekend. Love you. She sent me this picture. Oh, I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll post it.
I was going to try to show
remember that you did that segment with them.
I love her. Jackie, I met Kimmy and Jeff at Bingo at the Standard because they were friends with my friend who's an accountant for one of the clubs I work at. And they came and they were like, listen, my family's coming up from Long Beach, like down in Orange County, the whole thing. And that's it, fell in love with them. Then I met their friends, Heather and Vic. Amazing. I hosted a bingo party at their house once, and they didn't tell anyone about me or what I was. It was Kimmy's birthday, and I came in hot. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker! They were like, they were yelling at me. They were like, who the fuck? And we just had the best time.
Who else was talking to us about picking up the show? Disney Plus. I haven't heard back yet, but we came very close.
Could you imagine? Billy is... You know what? Don't start. Don't start with me. I am a Christian woman. Hi, Troy, honey. How are you, boo?
Hello, hi, Troy. Are you really in rehab, or is that some kind of underground club I'm not invited to? What's happening?
No, she's lying. She ain't in rehab. She's not in rehab. She's in Redondo Beach. Don't listen to her.
Same thing, really.
Amen to that.
Quite honestly.
Can we get started with the segment?
Yeah, do it. Go.
So we're doing Don't Poke the Bear. These are our top 3 things. Jackie, what is the worst? 3 is like, I'm angry, but I can still function. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is us pretending we're okay. And I don't mean you and I, because everybody can see we're not well. That's not what I'm talking about. Like I'm seeing us pretending that we're okay.
Yeah.
And like walking through the world, like things are opening, which we're going to get into in another segment.
We are.
There's this mad dash because we're both performers, and a lot of people that join us here are performers. Like you all see it. There's this mad, and part of it's like, look, I want to see all my friends performing. I want to see everyone on a stage making money, like everyone. I am here for it. That part, absolutely here for. Yeah. But to be honest with you, the mad dash part of it and this like bizarre like run over each other, I'm like, oh, so we didn't take any of the lessons then? We're just right back to what this is. Like this nonsense. I'm already seeing drama. I'm already seeing infighting. I'm already seeing, I've left almost every comedy group on social media. Yeah. I barely participate because it's such
drama.
I'm not doing it. It's like Mean Girls lunch table. And also none of you are mean enough to ever in your lifetime.
Could you imagine if we were allowed to go off the chain?
No, it wouldn't be. Here's the thing. The reality is there's the want to appear to be because you're trying to convince yourself you are.
Yeah.
And now part of it is you got to also fake it to make it. I get that side of it, but like I think people are just already running too fast, too hard, and no one's ready for it. And I'm a little concerned no one's freaking taking care of themselves, and we're dealing with a bunch of raging a-holes.
Because it's like, let's open, let's do it. And it's like, no, girl, there's going to be a lot of skinned knees. Like when a child starts to run after, because we haven't done it in a year and a half. Oh, right? A little more. It's like, and it's a lot. I'm real nervous. We're going out tomorrow night. We're going out, Tosh and Danny. Because they've been trying to get me to go into West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Danny and I went down there last week to look at Revolver to kind of see some stuff. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have a lot of panic attacks. I've had them. But it's like, oh my God, it's a lot. Because I went from being at bars, clubs, people, microphones, lights, to be like home with my mom and dad.
Right.
And then, as you know, and it's like, there's nothing. We don't know when it's coming back. We don't know. It's like.
Right.
And then, of course, you also, in the back of your head, whether you realize this or not, like you're saying, we're not okay. We don't even really, it's hard to sort of grasp how many people are dead.
We haven't even processed what we've gone through. There's the stages of grief and like all this stuff. So you go through these things, but we went through this repeatedly with things, right? And we went through it I'm not going to get into the last 4 years. I'll just say that and everybody knows what I'm getting into.
Exactly. That's part of it too. It's like.
That part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of that. Last summer.
Right. Because, we've had, every time what the news says, or the president, I'm like, and I tense up because I'm like, oh my God, wait, it's not him. I literally, and I don't watch the news. I'm not a news person, but I got into the news obviously the past 2 years, I would say, not the whole 4 because I'd be dead. Yeah. But it's a lot. But you also realize how, like Carmine said this, like a lot of us didn't learn anything. A lot of us didn't learn. Yeah, right. Exactly. Perfect.
So we can't pick up where we left off. And we can't. That's the thing. People are acting like we are just going to hit the ground running again when it's not the same playing field. It's not the same ground. We're not as steady on it. And and the thing is we never really were. That's the whole point of this.
We can get into that right now.
We were never steady.
That's why let's get back to normal. Like, first of all, if you didn't realize how quickly normal was taken away from you, that can give you some indication as to like, there was never a normal. Right. There was status quo. And we're like, oh, but that did not, and we saw how quickly that fell apart. And it's like, which a lot of that's great because we learned a lot of hard lessons and seen a lot. I can't believe it. I really can't believe the stuff that's happened in a year and a half. So to go right back into, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't, because that's why when you and I talk about I know no one knows about this yet, but with the charity stuff that we're going to be working on this year, that's going to be big because that's grassroots. I heard that word recently, which I love it. I told Jenny about it.
I've heard that word.
I never knew what it was. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like, I have a gardener, but I was like, grassroots, I like it. But that's going to be helping, you know what I mean, people one-on-one. I said, girl, get in line, bitch. That woman murdered her husband. Yeah. Shirley Bassey? No, that's not her. That's a singer.
That's not her. Carol, whatever her name is. I never even watched it because I'm like, if I want to see people methed out and doing weird shit, I just go home. I don't need to I don't need a show for it. By the way, there's a new show called The Meth Queen. This is what's wrong with us. This is what's wrong. This is how we know.
Yeah, that's too much.
We'll get into it. All right. So what's your number 3?
I don't have one. I'm going to stick with Carol Baskin. Thank you, David.
Okay, are you sticking to one?
No. Okay, no. I have 2 now because if you'll let me fucking finish, I might have another 3.
You've been running for 45 minutes already, so
don't make me take a cocktail.
I do it for the people.
Earlier today, I said to you, I'm really feeling fine. I don't want to, but nothing's wrong. I'm going to keep that as my number 3 because until I got off the phone with you, That was my number. I only have 2 things today that have set me off, and I'm gonna go back to now. What's your number 2?
Oh, okay. So now we're doing that. Okay. Yep.
I only have a 3.
No, that's fine.
Who's sailing?
When you hung up and you were like, and had a, epiphany that things were wrong, I feel better about myself now. So just so we're clear on where I stand on these things. Okay. I remember. So the number 2 thing was, there was a article that I saw earlier, and I tried to find it, but I just didn't have the time. So the article was, because I don't know who this person is. She's an actress, I guess. There was some young actress, this beautiful blonde girl, and she posted a thing that, she was being bullied online, and online trolls were calling her ugly, and she just broke, and she was crying, and her photos were there, and she is a lovely girl, but she's, you're just getting, there's so much you take in online. And even us, we're, thick-skinned and 500 years old each, but if for a day. But like the younger one, it's a different thing. And they grew up on this online stuff. So I think they care more. I think there's a little bit of that, like where generationally, they might actually think this is real to some degree, or maybe invest more in it. I don't know. But she basically was feeling like bullied and trolled and all these things, and she was crying. And when I tell you the barrage of attacking people, she's too pretty, she doesn't have any problems, she has a career, or she's successful, how dare she, she's this, and I'm like, sorry, that's not it. What is this? So ironically, these are probably the same people who would say, if you were calling someone else that they considered something, they would jump on it and be like, you don't devalue people, but you're actually devaluing this girl. She has every right to feel, you don't know, every hot person, you have the hottest friends in the world. You think Carmen ever had a bad day and been like,
no, well, that's
don't feel cute? Like, it happens. Sometimes you just aren't feeling it.
Yeah.
And you're also allowed to feel however the hell it is you feel. And you don't need to justify that for anyone.
The disassociation, first of all, pretty people are the devil. Let's just get out of the way, okay?
Right.
And I mean, I don't have this problem because I've always been a hideous monk.
Was it? Oh, it was Sydney Sweeney. Thank you, Kale. Thank you. Okay. You saw it? Okay, so thank you.
I don't know who that is, obviously. But what's funny is, not funny, but I don't even know how to like really explain this. And it's going to sound really horrible and condescending. Pretty people have their own set of problems. I don't have those problems. No one's ever offered to fly me to Europe, put me on a boat, pay for a vacation, other than my parents. But like those people, because that also fucks with your psyche. And if every single person, again, now I'm moving again, regardless of how you looked, work on themselves independently.
Right.
And if you're like, I'm pretty, I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Right.
But no, again, we've talked about this before. No one does that. Like, and I say this to when I'm at clubs and stuff and people aren't listening, I always say, if I validated myself through anyone in this room, I'd be dead by now. And I would have killed myself years ago, because you do not validate yourself from out there. You validate yourself from in here. And if you can do that, and I don't mean like thinking I'm the best thing ever, because God knows I say it, but I don't mean it. But it's one of those things. And these kids, all of their positive affirmations, we said, what did you say today? I said, write it down. What was it?
I texted it to you instead of writing it down.
There you go, Dave. I can't with this motherfucker.
I'm going to save it because that's for another thing that I'm doing. Yes, Dave. Yeah. So that's going to be for the next one of the other things that we're getting into. Okay, and then also so Michael, and look at him. Look at that picture. Is he kidding? But here's the thing. You don't have to justify or whatever. Your value isn't attached to. You're allowed to be whatever the crap. Some days I feel this, days I feel that. It has nothing to do with how you're feeling or what you're going through. Yeah. And I think this idea that we have such a need to disassociate, like you said, we need to, and an ability, actually, it's more than that. We have an ability as a society to disconnect emotion and objectify someone to the degree. Now, when you say words like that, it's usually a buzzword and people flip the hell out. But the truth is, you're treating someone as an object and not a human being. So I'm not just saying you're objectifying it. That's not the point here.
No, I wrote a story.
Someone like you're a breathing, functioning person. Sorry,
yeah. But you're fine. It's the same thing. And we talked about this too. I wrote a short story years ago. I'm like, I'm a thing. I'm a toaster oven. I'm a microwave. Because it's like when they need you, but it's like, oh, I don't. And because you're the same way. Jackie, come fix this problem. When you're like, oh no, we don't. We need fix it, Jackie. We don't need Jackie who needs something from us.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. It's like, oh my God, I'm a thing to you people. I'm a battery.
Yeah.
You and I are both batteries. I mean, people, and I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm like, just leave me alone. I don't care. But that's where the comedy comes in. That's where obviously our funny shit comes in. But these poor kids, and then of course when they say that, then you're like, oh my God, no, you're beautiful. It's like, they don't need that either.
Right.
You feel however you feel, but don't listen to other people. Like,
but
amen. I love this.
Dave.
That's my mom.
Dave's the best.
That's my mom. She's like,
it's true because these kids also are growing up on this stuff. So it's easy to say, don't listen or think what other people think about you. Their entire upbringing has been likes and chasing that stuff. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to talk about it now because we're in it and I'm just going to say it. So the thing that I said to you earlier was about, stop chasing likes.
Stop chasing likes. What was it? Life, not likes. What is
that? Yes, chase life, not likes. Exactly. That's what I do say. I say it's much better when it's just you and I.
Yeah.
But it's true. And there's so many people that are just like running for this validation, but like it's not, right? Because also like
it's fleeting. It goes away. 5 minutes to it's like
it is hot garbage, but that's why so many people that reach such a high level of celebrity, you see like the top of the pops. Most of those people, not the British top of the pop, but the actual like top of the heap people, most of them have had a period. If you look at their kind of journey as an artist, where they have unplugged, stepped back, regrouped on it because they're like, yo, this ain't it. Like, I don't even know where I am anymore in this. I've become this thing.
I need a minute. And it's okay to take
Yes, Douglas. Yes, it is like that Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. I know that show, but I haven't watched it.
I like that, Douglas. Yeah, and social media is an addiction for kids. They've got all kinds of people have written about it and talked about it. Yeah, okay, so your number 2, go.
My number 2 coincides with my mother hanging up on me today.
What'd you do?
Because I didn't do anything. We signed up for Wyndham years ago when we were in Hawaii. They were like,
no. Okay.
We signed up for Wyndham, and we were like, I mean, it was a whole joke that we went because we weren't, we paid for everything, but they were offering this thing, and my mom was like, I want more of these Hawaii calendars, and they were giving and I was like, I'll steal you calendars. I can get you calendars, bro. So we're running around Waikiki Beach having a ball, but we go to this Wyndham thing, and it was actually brilliant, and it's like. And I do love what they do. And I actually thought, and I said to the girl who sold us ours, I could do this. I could sell these nonstop because it's a great idea. However, like most rackets, you need to learn your way around it, okay? And of course, we got Wyndham, then Mom got cancer, then it was the pandemic. So we haven't been able to enjoy it. We just keep racking up points. Okay, fine. So I call Mom today, and she's frazzled. And she's frazzled because she called, because you move your points from Wyndham to RCI, which is a whole other thing. And she called them and like, no, you can't book anything in Hawaii. It's booked for the entire month of March, this whole thing. And she says, what are you doing? I said, woman, I'm working in the yard. I can listen to you, but I need to do stuff. Click. She hung up the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, son of a bitch. I don't have time for this. So
when you're struggling with RCI, you need your team.
Don't you dare. But I called her back. She wouldn't answer. I called my dad's phone. She grabs it, pushes it to voicemail. I have to wait 10 minutes. She says, what? I said, I'm sorry. I'm in the house now. Let me sit with you. And she starts crying. I'm overwhelmed. This is very overwhelming. This is my number 2. That these sites make it difficult for people of a certain age who don't know how to do it. And it made me so angry. that my mom was getting such anxiety. And I said, Mom, it's the dates. You got to move. So you move to the next date. I'm like, you're retired. You don't have to leave on this date. So I was completely triggered by, and I literally take myself and put myself somewhere else. And I'm like, okay, what page are you looking on? We're going to start here. And I spent an hour and a half because we're going to Hawaii, next year, and then going to Palm Springs, the whole thing. But it made me so upset to think of all the older people out there in the world who try to do these things, so they can enjoy some of their retirement, but it's so overwhelming and it's so frustrating because you don't get, the help of maybe you don't have the kid who's showing you. And I was like, I'm going to murder everyone. And that set me up.
So I think there's services that will offer it, or I was going to suggest a travel agent that I know. So that side of the world, because that's where your parents are. But so the world, the country. But so because there are services that will work with elder folks on that, and people that need senior people that need help with it. Right. But my friend works at the LGBT center, and that's his entire job is he works in the senior service care. And so his whole job is when our LGBTQ seniors have questions, they go and they'll sit and they'll explain how things work, everything, how to go to your lights if you move apartments, or how to do this or that, whatever it is. They have people there that will service our elders so that they have all the care that they need, which is massively important.
Because as the more we become, on technology to do stuff, and it's it was just, my mom was so upset. I mean, on our honeymoon, my wife, you said no. You said, well, Atlantis sunk. So you must have gotten married a long time ago, David. But I said, my mom was like, it doesn't work. It's a scam. They scammed us. And I'm like, well, you're going to Florida for 2 weeks and you're not paying for anything. I'm like, it's not but again, it's a racket like anything else. And you have to learn the way around it. So we sat and went over that through RCI, which was different. And she felt, because of course I found stuff. I'm like, here it is, Mom. We can go to Kauai for a week. We can do, but it hurts your heart to think your parents have worked their whole lives and now they can't even, use the tools to enjoy it. So that set me off.
Well, also all the people that there are so many scams against people that are older, that they just they call, oh, you're in danger, you're at risk of this, everything. We all get the warranty calls. I'm like, I'll tell you when I'm driving, and I'm telling you right now, you're not calling me about a warranty. No. But because I'm not a car person, even if what do I have? I'm not a car. I've never been a car person. I'm like, that thing
stole your roommate's car. You've had it for 7 months.
I have 700 pairs of shoes and a 27-year-old car. I don't care. I don't care. People don't. I know that it's for some people a very big thing. It is not a thing.
Not okay. Right.
Because also when I go out in them shoes, it's in a car. I don't drive. So what do I care?
Yeah. If a number comes in that Mom doesn't realize on her phone, she says, what? I blame Tom Selleck. She's obsessed with that goddamn show. What's it called? Where he played the Ryan Family. What's that show called?
The Ryan Family.
Every Friday, she's obsessed with it. She's like, don't call me Blue Bloods. Oh, she's on the fan club, the whole thing. Tom Selleck, he's got arthritis. Megan, my love. We should all be like people. Amen.
Megan from Revenge Fantasy Cycle.
I love it. Hi, Boo. How are you, sweetheart? Megan's amazing. She did Danny's bike. I did a whole segment on it on my show.
Watched it.
Oh yeah, you saw it, which was a riot.
The show was great. I don't know if everybody else saw it, but they could go back and watch it. Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's probably on YouTube. I don't really care anymore about anything, so I don't.
They should watch it. No, you're nuts. It was a good show. I watched it, a little bit of it that night, but I was, dying inside. So the next morning when I was having coffee, I watched the full show. It was great. And I saw the whole thing with Danny and the footage about the bike. It was really great.
Yeah. I was in Florida, and Megan said, I got a bike for Danny. Send him in. And it was just the best story. He was so happy.
Danny always knows.
No, I'm not even in heels right now. I'm in my little slippers. All right. I'm going to try to keep the show moving because I have.
All right. Yeah.
What's your number one?
All right. Oh, my number one is, my number one thing was, what was it? Oh, here it is.
You have a list. I didn't write down a list. I know.
Oh, if I know, I'm so out of my mind. So just so you know, I've been also helping support this Out for Mental Health project this week.
Okay.
And it's a conference. It's an entire conference. It's Monday through Friday. There's nonstop workshops, evening, afternoon, late afternoon, evening. So I helped work on some of the pre-production stuff, and then it's been going on in addition to working my day gig. So it's just been a week. So yes, I made notes because otherwise, God help you all. Oh, earlier today, I saw somebody post. Oh, by the way, the Out for Mental Health stuff, it's all free. They're really tremendous workshops. They did one on the Latinx man's WAP. They talked, I mean, they get into it.
I don't even know what that is, but okay. All right. I'm with you. Okay.
They're like, we're gay. We're talking about it. It's okay. Like it was such a great conversation. And I was like, it seems to be heard by a lot more people than me. Because it wasn't just a bunch of gay men talking about, being free and talking about things openly. Super dope. So anyway, that's all happening. I'll post about it if anybody wants to check it out. But there's all kinds of workshops too, like identifying mental health concerns within the LGBTQ community, intimate partner violence issues, which is a big thing in our community, addressing your, bi plus identity, which I've seen so many BT dubs. I've seen so many gay guys coming out recently as bi. And I'm just like, I don't know how the gays feel about it. So, but yeah,
okay. I didn't know.
I think because we are in such a time with gender fluid people and all of that, I think we can thank our gender nonconforming folks and people that have really moved the needle of conversation and acceptance. Yeah. That I think a lot of people that had to kind of be like, I'm this thing, are now like, well, I'm a couple of things.
What box are you? Yeah.
Exactly. I think people are just identifying with, oh my God, Nicole, you're the best. Nicole Crystal is the best.
Oh, hi, Nicole, honey. Oh, that's
so good. She has busted her butt to put together an amazing week-long free conference, BT Dubs. So, okay, so my number one, before I get yelled at by Billy, my number one thing was I saw a post today, and it was a drag performer who is very near and dear to my heart, but that's not why I cared. I saw this post, and they performed last weekend, and she said, if you're gonna come to a drag show, don't push the drag queen by her face.
You grab it like this.
Already.
Don't put your hands on anybody. Don't put your hands on nobody.
Yes, where's security? Where's security? So there's that. And then she said also, if you're going to come to a drag show, don't bring your dog if you know they might bite the performer mid-performance. And she said this was all in the span of one song. So during one performance,
3.5 minutes,
some hot mess tries to grab her by the face. First of all, on what planet is anyone doing that? I can't even imagine the circumstance that would make you, other than, you're just obviously off your ass. Yeah, and then two, Danity, thank you. And then two, the dog tried to bite the performer. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
But here's what's crazy. Somebody commented.
Oh, right.
And said, oh, so we're blaming, I don't know this guy. I see that he's a dog lover. So, I went to his page. But he's like, oh, so we're blaming the dog now? Humans should know better. And I'm like, I'm going to stop you right here, sir. Okay?
Right.
Almost nobody is as psycho dog mom as me. Legitimately.
Yeah.
You know this.
I know. Yeah.
I have rules. I have spreadsheets. You can only walk my dogs if you make an agreement. And by the way, it's no one that I don't personally know, and they still have to agree. It's a whole thing. I am cuckoo about my dogs, but I don't care. I consider them my kids. It's my life. That's what it is. So as a absolute psycho dog mom, that is bullshit.
Yeah.
You are bringing your dog, first of all, and I used to bring my dog to the Abbey. Yeah. I would bring him anywhere it was pet friendly. I'd bring him a Rage outside. I used to bring him to Abbey. I'd get him because the Abbey has little dog plates. I would get him a little dog plate of steak or chicken or whatever. And he'd sit right at the table. Yeah. One time we ran out of, he ate his food. And then I looked up and somebody said, excuse me, is this your dude sitting at someone else's table? Another cheap tramp at the Abbey. Get over here. So,
right.
So you're bringing your dog to a bar which you have to know whether or not it's right for the dog, and also like when things shift, do you remove the dog, whatever. But also, if your dog's a nippy dog or a bitey dog, or this might just be too much for the dog because they're animals, dude. Even though I'm like, they're my children, you'll say nothing different. They're animals.
They're animals. You gotta do what's best for them. You can't.
Yes, Kale. Oh, you saw it too. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah, she knows names. So
Kale's coming through. Kale's a production research assistant for this show.
Oh Lord,
Kale's the only production we have.
That is rough. Like queens don't have enough to worry about, but people grabbing queens, that's a thing. I don't go for that.
Of course.
I cannot tell you the people put their hands on me. I can't tell you the times women have like gone under. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, imagine if I did that. It's like, just don't touch people unless. Now I'm just angry. I mean, now I'm just angry.
Well,
I gotta pee soon. Go on.
Dave's been waiting with a stopwatch, by the way.
That's a whole bottle of water. I did one cocktail, one bottle of water. That's what I'm going to do for the night tonight. That's where we're at tonight. I mean, just for now.
That's good for you. I'm not going to say anything.
That is fucked up. And I told you how, but I see people. Yeah, of course. They're like, it's again, you're a thing. You're not a person. You're a thing.
Yes, and you're removing the humanity.
Right. That goes for. I mean. I've always hired women to dance at the bars too, and go-go dancers, not just men. And they're like, most people are cool, but like some people are like, oh, get up, and they want to, are you real? And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go nuts, as you know.
Nicole, yeah.
It's fucked up because it's okay because they're gay. Oh, I'm gay. I don't even like girls. Like, what? What's up here? What's up? It makes me nuts.
Such a bizarre, like, so there's that, but. All of it bothered me. Okay, first of all, you don't put your hands on anyone under any circumstance unless you're ready to really throw hands. Like that's now, I'm East Coasty, so like I consider there's a different kind of conversation. I'm not saying I condone it, but I'm also not going to say I don't. I don't care. I'll say it. Like at the end of the day, like things happen with adults. There are situations. If that's what you're getting into, that's what you're getting into. That's a very different thing than like you just touching someone in public. You don't, unless you're ready to receive the receiving end of that, of putting your hands on someone. That's my point. You don't cross that bridge unless you know, okay, great, now we're doing this thing, which by the way, we're all at a certain point in life where we shouldn't be doing that thing anymore. But the point is, you better be ready. So there's that. There's also respecting your dog. Because I consider if your dog got to the point they were biting someone, either you knew you had a dog that was a biter, or it's a really unsafe environment for that dog. So either way, you're responsible.
The dog's getting like, what? Right, it's too much.
And you have to care about the performer. You have to care about the person. And you have to care about the animal.
Yeah.
But what really pissed me off was the gaslighting.
Yeah.
And I'll say victim blaming, even though it's another one of those triggering buzzwords.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, so this chick says, she had her face mushed in a bar, and a dog either tried to or did bite her. I couldn't actually tell, but I assume it tried to, but didn't. And your response is to get all up in arms about someone blaming a dog. Nobody blamed that dog. No one's circulating photos of that dog. That dog's not in jail. Or she's talking about what happened to her. And you can't have enough humanity to care what happened to her as a person.
Yeah. They don't get
you.
Because again, it's the blame. They don't want to take responsibility for your actions.
Right.
You brought the dog to a bar. Does the dog bite people? It's like, no, it's everyone else's fault. Because it's easier to put on slippers than it is to carpet the world. And all these motherfuckers want carpet all over the world. You ain't Liberace, motherfucker. You can't afford carpet. Stay home, bitch. I can't. Don't get me.
Before we get to your number one.
Stupid sprinkler. But I want to make a cocktail too, but I won't do any of it. I can wait. My number one
is strong with you, so you should do both of those things. And I will take some feedback from people on that other situation while you do it, because
let me get up.
Deep.
I'm up. I'm gonna go pee. David, keep track. Number one.
Dave says Dave says if it was a cat getting blamed, I'd be okay with it. F them cats. Why is everyone here an asshole but wonderful? Tio says, so some dog people are crazy. Yeah, agreed. And I'm an admitted, self-acclaimed crazy dog mom. Okay, I'll tell you guys a story about being a crazy dog mom. I'm going to validate this comment. So I was in WeHo when I lived there years ago. Now I'm in Silver Lake because of the square footage. If you could find me the square footage for the rent, I'd go back in a heartbeat. You'll have to pry that square footage from my cold dead hands. So I lived in WeHo years ago, and I was walking my dog, who's an angel and a prince among men. And we're in the crosswalk by, what's it, a Circus of Books. We're across from Gold Coast. So we're in the crosswalk, and this guy comes gunning around, and I was like, slow the fuck down. And he's like, next time I'll hit your mangy little dog. It was bad. I walked to the car. I made a note of the guy. I didn't live far. I went home. I took off my earrings. I left the dog. I went back out. I left my ID and all my stuff in because I was younger, but like not that much. So I went looking for the guy. So here I go into Circus of Books. I go pounding in the door. Everybody, and I was like, who drives that car, the car that's parked outside? And they were like, oh, I was like, well, one of you. And they were like, we don't know. I don't know. I was like, okay, fine.
We're afraid of you. Yeah.
So I go down the block, right? I ended up at Eat Well. I used to eat there constantly, right?
Yeah.
I was at Eat Well. And the guy's like, hi, honey. And I was like, hi, I'm screaming, who drives this car? And he's like, honey, I don't know. But I said, well, if anyone says it, when I leave, you tell me who it was.
I want to know who it is. Yeah.
Because I see this car parked, right? So I go up to the car. I start pounding on the window.
Yeah.
The guy rolls the window down, and I was like, did you threaten my dog? Like, I lose it. And he's like, no, baby, I'm sorry. I don't think. And it was Mario Van Peebles, the actor. I was so embarrassed.
Oh my God.
I was like,
wow.
It was for sure an older white man. This is a mistake. But he's like, well, I like your vibe. I was like, thanks. You're wonderful.
Sorry, I almost attacked you. No one has. That's true. Megan is
true, Megan. Very true.
No one has. Am I making another Jackie, how many cocktails have you had?
Oh, just the one half a can. Isn't that sad?
Then I'll stop too. I'll stop that.
But I'm also eating a little chocolate bar, so that's nice.
I'm not eating solids again today. I had that wonderful hummus from Dr. Sandwich, and that's all I'm doing. But I'll make a cocktail in a minute. I mean, like, when you have another one, I'll have another. So my number one.
I would never give you such grace, but go ahead.
Am I getting into mine's too long though, isn't it?
This show's 7 hours. Who gives a shit?
Okay. This is what has transpired. This is my number one thing that really set me off. Okay. I'm trying to think where to begin. I will begin with May 1st. As I was looking at my checking account.
Maybe everyone else should go get a cocktail.
That's it. I mean, can I make a cocktail and tell the story while should I do both? No.
Yes, make your drink. We're here for you. Go ahead.
It's so long, though. I don't want everyone to get annoyed with me. And this
too late. You're about an hour and 14 minutes too late for that.
Oh, well, this is also not cancel culture, because I asked you about that, too, about this story.
No.
But right, because of all of what transpired, right?
No, this isn't cancel culture.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I
don't think you should name it. Yeah.
Okay, I won't. I mean, whatever you want. I'm just gonna. Will you just pour some vodka in this? Hold on.
Nicole, are you laughing at me or at me and Billy being?
Nicole, don't you dare! Don't you dare! I am an old woman, and I have gone through it. I'm going to add a little more lemon to it.
We have a question from the audience. Carmine asks, how long is this show?
Yeah. Don't ask that about your award-winning film. How dare you?
That film is fantastic. How dare you?
It won the New York something award.
I think it may have been another one that I saw because there's so many, but I think that I saw that post, but it's so wonderful. Yeah. So, Carmine, can you share the name again so we can tell people where to find it? It's so
yeah. Oh, the award, what he won. Yes, that I don't know. They cut me from the movie. They wouldn't even let me on set.
Well, that's how you know it's an award-winning project. Wow. It's a wonderful film. And the footage I've seen is hilarious and dope. So I'm really excited that you're winning all this stuff.
Okay. Now, I got a cocktail. I'm good. All right. It's the beginning of
here we go.
Thank you. Hi, August, honey. Hi, sweetheart. Okay. It's May 1st, and I open my bank statement. Biggest lie I heard tonight is Billy Boyd's true story. Wow. I don't need this kind of guff from you people. I am.
The only reason we come here is for the guff. Okay. I know. I'm good. No one's interrupting you. Tell your tale.
Well, I'll try to do it fast or whatever. Okay. It's May 1st. I open my checking account and I see my gym membership charges for the month are $89. And I'm like, oh, that's got to be a mistake. Maybe they didn't take out last month. Because I have been paying $55 for my gym for as long as since I signed up, I guess, in 2012. I come to find out later. Okay, fine. Now, two things. I don't go to the gym often. Anyone who has seen me at the beach, I'm not a gym person. I have it. I pay it every month. Before the pandemic, the funny story is I had changed banks years ago. I go to the gym. Hey, I'm just here to give you my credit card. I think I may have owed you from last month too. I changed banks. And the guy's like, oh, what's your name? Billy Francesco. Oh, yeah. Wow, you haven't been in here in a while. I'm like, no, I really haven't. Here's my credit card. Blah, blah, blah. I give it to him. He's like, okay. He says, he said, wow, it's been a really long time since you've been here. I said, yeah, it's true. Well, you're here now, though. He's like, so you're here now. That's the important thing, getting back into it. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not staying. I just came to give you my credit card. He was literally like, are you kidding me? You're not. I said, no, I got to go. I'm going. And he's like, wow, you just came in and you're not even going to work out. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not working out today. And he was just amazed that I did that. Okay, fine. Cut to, it's $89. Now, I also, during all this pandemic nonsense, I was paying back in 2020. I didn't stop paying for the gym for a while, even though they were closed. And I was like, oh, yeah, take the money. Like, it's okay. If you need, I get it. Because I had gotten a loan. The goddamn thing shut off again, Jackie. My monitor. So I'm going back into it again. Nobody here is angry. So I was giving them money, even though they said that that wasn't what happened. But I did look it up, and I saw the charge from July of 2000.
Wait, before you talk about what you did, let's be clear.
Yeah.
When the pandemic happened,
yeah,
did they reach out to you, and did you offer to support them as a small business?
I did.
Okay, let's get very clear about that. So, because I know the story, we're not going to miss a beat of who did what in this conversation.
I did. I was like, yeah, whatever you need, I get it. And they were.
And they said what? And what was their phrasing? It matters. No. When I kept giving them the money. Yes.
Yeah, they were into it. As you know, they were like, thank you. Like, we appreciate, because they appreciated people still paying, even though the gym was closed, because it's a small gym. It's a small gym. It's been around since the 90s.
And every little bit matters.
That's right. That's what it was. Okay. Cut to, it's May of 2021. I see the thing for $89, and I'm like, I can't afford it. I'm like, oh, my rent might bounce for May. And I've been keeping up on everything. So I emailed them like, hey, and it's me. So I'm like, hey, I'm not like, to whom may concern. I've talked to them before.
Right.
Hey, I saw the charge for $89. Like, I really can't afford that. Like, I'm screwed right now. I'm like, sorry. Like, I was paying when I could back then in 2020, but I can't now. I know I need this money back in my account if you can. I don't want my rent to bounce. I'm sorry, I really love it there, but thank you. Best of luck. I haven't been there now since, I would say, February of 2020, but it could have easily been 2019, the last time I was at the fucking gym, because I don't go to the fucking gym. I pay for it, but I don't go. I get a message back from them. Hey, sorry, we sent an email to everyone telling them of the increase at the gym. Our records indicate that you opened the email and that we know you got it. We're sorry, we can't credit your account the $89. And it goes on to say we told people this, whatever, right? I'm like, and I wrote to him, let me see if I understand this correctly. I gave you money all through 2020 when you needed help. I was totally fine with that. I still don't mind that. You took money in May and in April, didn't care about that, even though I still haven't been there.
Yep.
Now I'm telling you, I can't afford $89, that my rent is going to bounce, and you're telling me you can't put that money back in the account, even though I have not set foot in that gym in over a year and a half. I wrote, wow, people really are horrible. That's what I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cut to, I'm pulling up the email. I'm not going to read the whole thing. They go on to say they didn't charge me as a member while the gym was closed. And I know that. I looked it up, July of 2020, they took money out. So I don't know. They said that I put into the GoFundMe page. Again, okay, fine. I was only asking for the $89. We recognize that you have not been in the facility in over a year, and we are not happy about having to increase the price either, but you have not had a price increase since you joined the club in 2012, which is true. I'm like, okay, a marginal price increase of $3.75 a year over 9 years is reasonable increase, which again, I agree on, but they didn't do it for 9 years. That isn't my fault. You just never did it. If your rent is truly dependent on $34, then LA might not be the place for you. Your account has been canceled. First of all, let me tell you this. There is no place on this planet more geared for me than Los Angeles. That is clear, sir. And if you think first of all, I throw money around when I have it like it's nothing, because money comes and goes. It's about relationships. And I was very happy when I got that emergency loan for my business to say, if you need the $55 to keep your business afloat, I get it. Take that money. I won't buy shit. And I didn't. I'm telling you now in May of 2021, hi, I'm fucked. The loan money is gone. My parents cannot help me anymore. This $89 has to go back in my account so my rent doesn't bounce. You tell me no. And you lost it when I told you the story.
Well, they don't just tell you no. Sorry. So let's go through this, because when you told me, I lost it to such a degree. And the reason I'm here making so many faces is because A, it's hard for me not to react as you're saying it. And B, I'm seeing the comments from people. So I'll just share a couple.
You are in the seat.
Boom. Thank you, Dave. Tears like boom. To the worst, agreed. Sharmine, give my mother the number. AZ, back, welcome. Yeah.
Hi, AZ, honey. Hi, sweetheart.
Okay. Dave and Gina. Thank you.
Thank you. You sweet things. It was like,
They reached out because I had Billy, just so we're clear, I had Billy read me all of the communication and the timeline, because I'm also this bitch in real life, right? So like, I'm like, what's the timeline? Document it, everything in writing, like blah, 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 blah. So including like, I want your bank statement. I want I want you to get on the phone with the bank and get a record of every single payment. Now, when you paid for it and you had access to it, whether or not you used it, that's your business. That was a contract. So that's that. No one's debating that. That has nothing to do with this. So that's over here.
Yeah.
However, when they hit a time of need, as we all did, we all went in this. This goes back to, we've all been in this together. When they hit a time of need, they messaged out to you that it would be helpful if you helped them by paying your rate, even though the actual venue was closed, which you did, which is documented, which your bank verified, by the way. All of this is verified. So you did that because why? You cared about people, a small business, and a local company. Now, number two, they did a GoFundMe. You donated to the GoFundMe because you care about people, small business, and a local business. So now you, a person of the community, goes to them and says, hey, I can't do this. When you told me, and you know this is when I first snapped about it. When all you had to say was, our records indicate you opened the email, I went, I know where this is. I know what this is. We don't need to go any further.
Okay. And I'm sure I did.
I'm talking to you about, and this is where it goes to, we've lost our humanity. We've lost and you can't sell me, I'm sorry, but you can't sell me the small business local dream and then give me the corporate response. You don't get it both ways.
You don't get both ways. Thank you.
It doesn't work that way.
No. No.
So they're coming to you and appealing to your humanity.
Yeah.
You're going to them. Not only are they disregarding your humanity, they're giving you this cold corporate. My records indicate. I don't give a damn about your records because I have Billy's records, and
Yeah.
Billy's records say that he paid.
Yeah. And my emails are like, hey, babe. And like, it's all very cash.
It's not acceptable. It's not professional. It's not community. And at the end of the day, it's wrong. It's shitty. And you could out them, and you could do all of those things.
Yeah.
In a flash.
Yeah.
The reality is, they not only that, they mocked you.
Yeah.
Insulted you.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about it is so beyond the pale.
So gross. And it's so like, oh wow, okay. I can't believe I kept giving them money like an idiot. And I only asked for the $80.
Maybe this isn't the city for you. Maybe it's not the city for you.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's your I wrote back, wow, you're a trip. I wrote, it is offensive. Thank you, Megan. Who, by the way, for Danny's bike, for Megan's bike, I said to Megan, I don't have any money. Did I ask you for money? She said, we got Danny's bike. I want Danny on a bike. We'll deal with it later. I was like, I mean, like, how
but that's
amazing.
also a genuine business owner who cares about people.
Right. Yeah. And I love that. And I appreciate that energy. And I thought that I had that with the gym that I was going to. But I'm like, okay, I'll go back to fucking, Gold's Gym right down the street. Even though, I don't go to the gym. I sign up. Was the correspondence with the book? It's with the general manager of the gym. It's the general manager of the gym. Oh, hi, Derek, my love. Did you Derek Montero, my friend? Called them out. I know. Nobody mocks my baby. I love you, Johnny, my friend. Thank you. It's just hard because I make so many jokes about money and about like being a rich white lady and buying all these things. So when I say like, oh God, my account's fucked. Like I need this money back. And they're like, I feel, because I told Jackie this too. I've associated my self-worth with money over the years because work was so good. I'm like, she's rich. But then when it all stopped, I was like, oh God, I guess I'm just home. And so it's a weird dichotomy that I'm getting out of in my head. I'm talking about it, which is good. But
well, also, to be clear, this isn't an issue that you had that you developed. You worked to build a career, to build yourself to a degree and to a value that you were booked at a certain rate. And as every inch of it, well, you should be. But that you built that. This isn't like, oh, I decided I was this thing and so I had to undecide it. You built it. You worked on that. That was your own blood, sweat, and tears. So the point is, you created a life for yourself, as so many people and artists did. So many people felt this whole thing in so many ways, but artists, people don't understand what it's like to have to create something from nothing, build it on your own name and back. And by that, I mean, you're literally really creating a world that is this world of Billy Francesca. Yeah. You're creating it, you're styling it, you're pitching it, you're performing it, you're owning it, and you can't afford to be, talk about LA not being your city, you can't be one toe off that heel even once. Because those opinions would come for you. So that's that in and of itself just shows they don't know. But life as an artist during this time has been so terrible and so hard. I told you I sent my hairstylist money during the pandemic because I'm like, I'm here doing box dye. Forgive me. But I love you. Here's some, because I was working. I'm like, here's some cash. What can I, but also artists, like you have to support people and everybody lost everything, not just everything you built. Right. And now we don't even know what the hell we're doing. Right. Which gets back to the we're not okay part, which is like we talked about, which is true. And I've had some amazing friends send me money, bring food to the house, just little things. It's true. Thank you, Carmine. No. Right. Who I texted Carmine and said to him with Danny's bike for Megan. I said, send Megan $250. I said, I'll explain later. He goes, you don't have to. And he sent Megan. And she's like, stop sending me money. I didn't ask for anything. And I'm like, this is so brilliant. I'm not in town. I tell Carmine to send money. He just sends it. Megan's like, I don't want you fucking filthy money. I didn't ask for it. Gives Danny a bike, puts reflectors on Danny's bike, and gives him glow lights. My bike that I got from Megan, no reflectors, no glow light. She's trying to fucking kill me.
and there's a black bike. And I said to her, what are you putting lights on his bike for and not mine? She wants me dead.
You know, Megan and I have done business together privately for a long
Bitches. You know what? The two of you. Megan, I gotta text you. You gotta come to the house on Sunday, but I can't say it now because the guest list is already. But Megan, I want you at the house on Sunday. That's all.
Yes, thank you, John. It was overnight, and the entire world was done, and in so many different ways for people. So, like, get the hell out of here. Dave has some advice for you.
I'd speak to the owner and show them the email. The owner maybe I don't. But see, Dave, I don't want to go back to the gym now at all. I really think I know you would. It just because for me personally and honestly, it just makes me feel like I'm just like, okay, I'm done because it hurts my heart, which I'm not that kind of person. Because you know me, I'm like, I don't fucking care. But I'm just like, wow, I literally said to you, I need this $89 for my rent, and you're like, sorry, and I'm like, wow, okay.
It's
that's
the shaming.
Really,
it's not the shaming. The attempt. The attempt.
That's what it is. Because I do feel a little like, oh God, because I talk such a silly game that I'm sure a lot of people think.
I don't care what you said. No, we're not doing this.
Sorry.
I don't care. No, don't. And don't apologize to me either. Don't apologize to anyone is my point. I don't care what you say. I don't care what. This isn't about that. This is about for a customer.
Yeah.
You supported a business. They were presented with an opportunity to manage a situation, and they chose to manage a person in a garbage way. That's it. I don't care if you run down the street with $5 bills hanging out of your asshole. I expect it to be 20s, but I don't care. I would be disappointed in the 5s, but that doesn't matter. Like what doesn't matter what you do.
Thanks.
That's it. We have to all meet each other right here, and that's the bottom line.
It was weird. And that's why it's my number one, bitches, because they fucking set me off. And but Jackie got more set up for it. But I told, remember I said, I need to run something by you. Because I was so like, is this real?
Yeah.
Wow. To you, I don't know how to say, wait, I'm here.
Go back.
Melanie, unfortunately, probably, but Tio Fane, you're right. I mean, maybe. The owner has always been, they've always been very nice to me because, you know, we look at business
Wonderful.
Hi, Melanie, honey, don't start. Don't you dare. Melanie had a wonderful, I told you, Jackie, can I segue into Melanie a little? Melanie was amazing. Jackie bought me a ticket to Melanie's seminar. Seminar? People still say that? Workshop. I'm old. Don't start with me. On social media and stuff. Melanie, I took away so much from that. And I thought you're just wonderful. And I just thought it was a wonderful thing. That's all. I mean,
Melanie has a company called Melanie Vesey, who's, but first and foremost, amazing artist, performer, host, like badass. We need to have Melanie on, and we need to bring Melanie on at some point and just be like, let's just dish about some stuff.
Just get angry.
Melanie has so many dishy stories, just like you do, just from performing and like, oh my God, so good. So, and knows everybody and has done it all and bibbity bobbity, all the things, like, right? So like, and she'll get into it. But Melanie also has a company called Promotional Rescue because she's a badass promoter.
What is she doing?
Things.
Yeah.
And I said to Billy, just go to this workshop. It's on a Saturday morning. Just give it the time. Sign you up.
What did I say when you told me? I don't want to go. I don't want to. 10 o'clock. I don't want to get up. It's a Saturday. Jack, I don't know what kind of shape I'll be in. Get up out of bed. Turn the fucking computer. I said, oh, all right. Because you know me, stupid bitch. I don't want to do anything.
And you texted me from the thing, and we talked after, and you loved it. So I
loved it. So
can't say enough about it.
You got to get out of your own head sometimes and listen to other. Thank you, Melanie. Seriously.
Yeah, thank you. You're a genius.
Because no matter what it is, no matter what you do, someone else can help you with their perspective. You're looking at the problem like this, and they're coming into a different angle, and it really does help. Because I was like, but it was so good, and I started doing it, and it's working. Granted, I've lost a lot of followers because people don't like what I'm saying, but I know that it's working because I'm getting a response. it's going the other way, but that's not Melanie's fault. That's because I'm a dumpster fire and people hate me. That's why.
Don't steal my brand. Now, I think like one of the things too is that like people honestly feel like, because I think we're made to feel this way. Let me be clear. I think, again, this is the brush that artists and people get painted with, right? You're disregarded, not taken seriously, not taken as a professional, not treated like what you're doing is valid, all of those things. Yeah. So you have to like, so you don't have the same access maybe and support and da-da-da-da-da. Some of us have artist networks, but you find your people.
Yeah.
You find that and you build that. That doesn't always happen in the early days. But we're painted this picture of like, you also have to be everything now. You have to be a brand. You have to be a content, and you have to be a, and you're like, I don't even want to like, I can't pick a different tampon. You want me to change my website? What are you talking about? And it's so, but there are people that do what they do for a reason. This conditioning that we're supposed to know everything, do everything, be everything, and serve everything is a lie that, by the way, no one else ever did. No. That guy sold vacuums and then he dropped dead at 60. So what, the other generations didn't operate this way. We've got this crazy self-serve human buffet deal, and it's bull.
It's weird. It's weird. And we keep seeing, at least as far as I'm concerned, we keep seeing a lot of people who have, I don't want to say no discernible talent, but no discernible talent. And they're like, talking about things, and you're like, you literally, what do you do? What are you? Where's the substance? It's all, I mean, not to be a dick about it, but I'm literally like, people, and that's why, and I love this because of all the promotions I've done in clubs and stuff. I can call people and say, listen, I don't know what I'm paying you. Whatever it is that night, everyone's going to get, I'll base pay this and I'll go with this. But they know me. And they're like, I'm not wearing a girl. I trust you. And we're losing that with social media. And because people represent, what do you represent? People hate me too, God bless. David Gina. Kava, we're starting a group. People hate me.
And also, I'll tell you, we're representing nothing. It's hot garbage. Nobody cares. It's a very small, this idea that you're representative of the movement of a nation, the number of people that applies to is such a small number. I'm one of them. But the point is, it's a small number, and not everyone fits in that.
Right. In that thing.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But everyone thinks they have to be all of it.
Yep. That's because everyone thinks their Cobb salad is the best Cobb salad on Instagram. And that is not the case, madam. All Cobb salads are created equal. That's all I'll say.
This sounds personal. Now, I can't eat
corn. You know I can't eat corn. Well, that kind
of. That's a story for another time. That's our Sunday morning show.
Got it. Okay.
And it's hosted by the Colonel. I will say that I will dad joke you to death. Exactly. Thank you. Cult of personality.
Cult of personality. Oh, what a great word.
Well, it's a cult of non-personality, to be honest with you. But yeah.
Okay. I got to get this
started. So 2 things. One, if you do want someone to seek vengeance in a real crusader type form, you can go to myself and I think Carmine's mom. I think from what Carmine wrote.
Carmine's mother goes after everyone. Carmine's mother pulls up to her house in Flushing, Queens. And says, hey, what are you parking there for? That's my tree. You can't park there. And
not this guy's mom.
No, there's no corn in Cobb salad. Oh, there isn't? I thought Cobb salad was like corn on the cob salad. No?
Are you insane? What? No, it's Cobb salad. It's got eggs. What are you talking about? It's not.
Well, I have an egg allergy, as everyone on this planet knows from my blog, No Eggs. Unless they're Fabergé. Sorry, I dropped the ball on that. Because
I tried to register no scrubs, and they would only give him no eggs. So he took it and ran with it.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Triggered. Welcome to Triggered. My name is Billy Francesca. We're here with, I always I go right back to the beginning because it just makes the most sense just to start over. Just etch a sketch it. And then it's like, we'll go back to it. Thank you for all the lovely things you said to my number one, Don't Poke the Bear, because it was Jackie. Oh, come on, man. Who are you working for, Carmine? The gym? I mean, damn it. Carmine goes to the farmer's market and drops off a bunch of vegetables, and he brought all of this spinach to the house. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? It's spinach, she said. Well, I, of course, rinsed it off, put some turkey breast in it, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I never had spinach until this year.
And that's a Cobb salad.
Oh, Cobb salads have spinach in it? Oh, okay, sorry.
Good God almighty.
I don't need this shit from you. My cocktail.
I also tell you that Melanie said to me once, that I sent her the show, and she goes, "This show's like 3 hours." And now I'm here.
It's a mess. It's a mess. It's like, listen, when we're on Twitch, we're gonna get. Oh my God, David.
We're not bringing back this conversation.
Carmine, did you see what David just wrote? Do you know? Oh my God, that's all I asked for. I go to the deli and I want thinly sliced cold cuts. Your cold cuts, when you make everybody listen to me. I'm going to have more vodka in a minute. I always go to the deli and get thinly sliced cold cuts. I drank the Kool-Aid. About Cobb salad, I'm so confused. You two are talking about something separate, and now I can't keep up.
Thank you, Kale.
Oh, Kale, you sweet thing. Thank you, lover. Where's Willie, by the way, in New Orleans?
I haven't heard from Willie Pooh. Where's Willie Pooh?
That's because that bitch is probably out at a club now. The club's opening. Triggered. If you can find a good deli person, because these kids are working the delis, they don't care. They do not care. I can remember talking in Provincetown, working at my bagel factory with Kathleen and Mama Pat, talking about aliens while cutting cold cuts. We covered this on the last show, but you may have been 4 drinks in. I don't need this shit from you.
That's why I said we're not doing this again. I'm not having the sliced turkey conversation again. We talked for 47 minutes about sliced turkey.
Listen, I don't know your whole life. I can't keep up with everything.
Your life. Alex Mohajra was here. Remember? Oh, Alex Mohajra. He's super hot, but he buys prepackaged cold cuts.
Oh, God, I do remember. That's right. He buys Will not marry me. Will not marry me.
Well, will you, now that, he's here? Okay, so we're going to move into another topic right now. What's happening?
What's happening? Oh, there's no music to this?
No, you didn't do anything. You're terrible. So
I've been lax about, listen, everybody, Jackie does all the work. I really am like, what are we doing tonight? I'll put on lashes, but that's about it. And early onset of silence. I wish it was something as simple as that. I'm going to have another water.
That's wonderful. So tonight, I want to talk today. Well, I'm still sipping the same thing because I don't have it to give, and I don't think anyone else needs me.
I'm on it.
Yeah. So
I'm ordering you a cocktail. Go on.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yep, got you.
Okay, so I want to talk tonight about the Citizens app. Are we all familiar with the Citizens app? First of all,
we got a Xanax first before we do this.
It's like the neighborhood app, except it's like on some. I don't want to assign a thing to it, but it's an amped up neighborhood app style thing where basically you can snitch. You can snitch on everybody. So I'll just give you a quick. So the app it shows you like, oh, there's like on the left, you'll see like, oh, there's a group harassing an elderly man at a train station, which by the way is the kindest thing you'll see on this freaking app. Okay.
Literally, I was like, I've never seen that shooting in your neighborhood. Yeah.
Then, and it'll tell you, it pinpoints your address. You put your address in, it'll tell you everything happening in like, an XYZ mile radius. You can maybe set it 1 mile, 5 mile, whatever. And then on the right there, you'll see, it'll show you, and there'll be video footage. There's local people talking. And of course, we can't miss a beat without making it a social interaction app. So now, not only I get pinged, I wish, here's one. Live video, 7-year-old boy injured in car crash. Not going to show it, but I will show you the app. I won't show you that. But I have already notices from this application constantly about what's going on in my neighborhood, what's happening.
If you want to have a panic attack.
I can't stop myself. I really can't. And I'll tell you something. It's the most disappointing. I'll tell you the most impressive app, which is a different one. But this app tells me what's going on. And I will say there's been a lot of times where, because in my neighborhood, there's like certain like different things have popped up, like there's some encampments. And you know me, I go around, I feed the folks in the neighborhood. I'm not worried about that. But at night, you know, I still got to watch what's going on. So like at night, I may, if I see like person with a broken bottle or knife or whatever, I walk the different direction. Yes, fire. Wait. Trash fire. That's this show. No, that's
trash fire. It's that's just so ironic. It's a dumpster fire, and you always say dumpster fire. Yes.
That's
here
it.
too. Here too. They're setting shit on fire across the street.
Exactly, John. That's probably a real one. This happens all of the time. Hi, Chico.
Hi, Chico.
I love your Chucky pick. So the Citizens app now has, not only can you comment on things, so there's just a feed of people that think they're funny, think they're cute. Literally, it'll be like woman naked in the middle of the street, and they're like, I'm on my way. It's like every, you know, jerk off at an open mic is suddenly on this app because they are, you know, they'll never get booked anywhere. And they're just making these types of jokes. So it's like all that kind of stuff. And then you've got an option where you can connect with friends. And I have one friend who's done it, only one. So the sad part is I'm grateful as shit that it's only one of you. For the rest of you, please don't. But only one person, you can add a friend, and it says, look at John.
I have 2,000 followers on Citizen.
Of course you do.
I can't get that on Instagram. Why am I getting it on Citizen?
And you've never had an account. Exactly.
Gladys Kravitz at the curtain. Let's go. God.
So like,
okay, that's.
I get a notification nearly every half day that so and so is nearby an incident. I can't handle this level of panic.
Shut off notifications. This motherfucker. This is, and what makes it even worse is that Dave should be in bed. He's on the East Coast.
Yes.
I was that nosy neighbor where I just talk shit about people. Well, Carmine's building across, I can't get into it. He can tell you, but I'm creeped out. Yes, you should be.
Yeah, it is. It's too many people tracking other people. Too many people well, John, you know what? So John's a photographer. Like that's your bread and butter. So like for you.
Right. Amazing. Yeah.
This is a tool.
It's a tool. But yeah,
See, Melanie would say this isn't your toolbox, and then you could use it and go out and
there we go. Tie it in. It's that Citizens app gives me anxiety. I don't turn it on. Shut off. It's the Citizens app. Well, I only know that Dane Cook is featured on it, so that can't be a good sign. Dave, I'm peeing again. Okay, get in there.
Good night, Dave. Dave's on the East Coast, and he's a dad.
Oh, Dave, I love you. Good night, sweetheart. Keep your family safe. Bye, sweetheart.
Douglas, I don't know if this is about David or Dane Cook, but I'm assuming Dane Cook.
I don't know. He could be lovely. I don't know.
Melanie, have you not ever thought that, like, this is what I do? I talk to the audience while Billy pees and doesn't mute himself. It's a thing that we do. It's just a part of the show now. Oh wait, exactly, Chico. Thank you. Exactly.
We're gonna start making commercials, Jack.
Oh, I see. Oh no, it's a way to crowdsource mass surveillance. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. That is exactly right. And honestly, like Melanie, I don't know if you're on the Citizens app, but have none of you ever watched it and been like, this is people that can't perform anywhere commenting on this app, which is hot garbage. It's like the worst of every male bro dick comic I've ever seen that can't get booked quality content. Thank you.
That's because these fuckers try out their tight 5 minutes on Citizen because no one else will book them. Absolutely not. I won't deal with it. But did you get to the other app yet? No.
No, what? No.
The one that I told you that I get messages about, that's the one I do.
The ducky thing?
The duck rape. It's pronounced duck rape.
Wait, why did Chico know it before we said it? That's alarming.
Witchcraft. Okay, there's witchcraft. I'm on the Nextdoor app.
Melanie started a minute, which is
The Nextdoor app is fucking crazy. And I've allowed the notifications for that because I can't figure out how to shut them off. I've shut it off everywhere else, but I can't. It still comes through with emails. And the one I saw this week was about a woman who was getting her car fixed in her garage, and she saw a duck in a cage in the back of the garage. She said, "That duck can't be here. I'm going to bring the duck home. I have a pond at my house." And they were like, "Oh, sure, take it." She took the duck. Well, she did not have a pond at her home. And she went down to the park and she let the duck go run free. Well, the duck was attacked, her words, raped and gangbanged. Now, listen. The duck, not the woman. The duck put the duck in the water, and the other ducks became irate. And then she had to jump in the water, grab the duck back. She said the duck was terrified. It was raped. It was gangbanged. And I'm over here like this. What is going on in this town? And then in the story, she says, "What, Melanie? Do not. I will block you so quick. Don't." What the duck? It was not Howard the duck. But the woman said she got the duck, rescued it, and then I waited a little while and tried again, and the same thing happened. And I'm like, well, obviously. And I just thought, dogs are always being. See, I don't know what's going on.
What goes on in this city, Gail?
Did you see?
Was the duck drinking?
I wrote to that woman and I said, "What park?" And I couldn't because I couldn't get down there fast enough.
I thought you said, "What, the duck?"
The two of you are teaming up on me. But that's the Nextdoor app. And the most common post on the Nextdoor app, does anyone know why the helicopters just flew over my house? I do. Los Angeles. We live in Los Angeles. The choppers go up for anything. I lost a contact lens once, and the choppers went up to find it. It's that fucking simple. And these people, I'm like, what are you asking that question for? And then people say, it's probably a car chase. Or, hey, I found this lost dog. And the first comment is, did you bring it to a vet to check for a chip? Obviously, that is the first fucking thing any rational fucking human does when they find an animal. You make sure it's
not a human that would take a dog to a drag show.
Would you say, no, I wouldn't. Not to bite someone.
Which we covered before Melanie got
You know what? This is the kind of shit. This is why this show shouldn't run 2 hours. That's what it. Cause now we're just doing duck parodies, as it were, or duck puns.
That's the duck puns are the best content we've had all night.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So there was that. The Nextdoor and Citizens app are nuts. I love that segment. I got to work on that. What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening? And anybody can submit. It's just stuff that we've seen on the apps that I think is worthy of talking about. And so, or we do whatever. So,
shit. Who would want me? Who would come looking for me? I can't give it away.
No.
Well,
one should, take a left.
Any of it.
I'll tell you something. The best app, I had no idea. So I have Experian because, I'm working on my credit rating, which, by the way, should have been my top thing, but we'll do that for the next show. The credit system. Thank you.
Don't even.
Everything's fine. Still don't have a car. Living my life. So the Experian app, which I've used to boost credit, and I'm telling you all this. If you don't know it, so if you go to the Experian website, Experian.com, not Experia, that's a travel site. Don't get drunk and book yourself a trip. Experian. They have something called Experian Boost, and you can log in all of your accounts that are acceptable accounts to them. And good night, Nicole. Thank you. You can log in all your acceptable accounts. She texted me, and I said that to camera. I don't know why.
Okay, I thought I missed something.
But I don't know if you knew this. So you can log in your Netflix, your Hulu, anything that's a recurring payment account, like Netflix, Hulu, your light bill, your gas bill, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And all of those payments boost your credit. Did you know that?
Well, no, I have exceptional credit, as you know.
Oh, that's right. I hate you. We'll talk about that next show because I'm really going to rip you apart for it. But for those of us who need it, you can do that. So I'm on the Experian website. I get a notification from Experian.com, and it says a registered sex offender moved into your neighborhood. Link, name, address, photo.
No.
The best money I have spent in a gajillion years. You don't need that to do your credit thing, by the way. I just pay for it because I'm trying to boost my stuff. But unbelievable.
Sex offenders and credit. I didn't know any of those things were.
See, exactly.
Wow.
For some reason, I don't know why, because it's not relevant to your credit. I have no idea why this is a part of what Experian does.
That's weird.
They track sex offenders, and I got a notice and everything. Okay, I know exactly who the guy is. He looks like where he lives, and it's in proximity. So I love that. I was like, I'll pay for this that because that is worth its weight.
Yeah, the credit system is flawed, to put it mildly.
Oh, we're doing this in another show. We don't have time. We'll be here for 4 hours. You know I'm going to lose my freaking mind if we talk about the credit system, which I will change. You mark my words, in my lifetime, I will change a credit system.
I hope so. I mean, I couldn't care less about it.
Chico, I agree. I'm not going to put your comment up, but between you and I agree with your comment.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, it must be terrible. Tell me later. I had water. I'm going to have another cocktail in a minute.
Look at that. Drink water.
What else we got? We're at 2 hours, and you know I'm stopping soon. So, we have another 10 minutes. I mean.
Fine. All right, here we go.
Well, you have fresh cocktails, so there's that.
Yep.
Okay. Who hated it more? Well, what do we have? What are we getting into over here?
I only do this show so I can dance to the things that have music. As you well know.
I'll work on the next one.
Douglas, next show, I swear to you, we are going to unpack it and form a coalition. So who hated it more? I wanted to talk to you about everything opening up.
We talked about this. I forgot the other day.
We did, because as performers, and Melanie, and there's other people on here that are performers as well. People that perform, part of us are like, yeah, let's go.
Right. I'm into that. As you know, I had a photo shoot yesterday at the W Hotel in Hollywood, which was just lovely. And it makes me excited for things opening until I realize, okay, you know what? The W Hollywood. It's funny, though. This morning as I was getting home, Ty Diggs was here. And I literally said to Blythe, he was talking, and I said, I'm sorry. I said, didn't hear anything you just said. Ty Diggs is just finishing tennis and walking to his car, which, by the way, he blocked my neighbor's driveway and just was parked there like, I'm Ty Diggs. And I was like, yeah, I don't mind. And he was in basketball.
Is anyone going to tell Billy that it's Tay Diggs? Anyone?
Oh.
Does any one of you want to call in or pop on? Maybe pull up a Wikipedia and just clarify.
It's Tay?
It's Tay Diggs. T-A-Y-E Diggs. Yeah.
Well, Tay Diggs was here. And he looks
as good as he ever would.
Now, I don't remember what the topic was. What was the topic that you just brought?
The topic was Tay Diggs now. No.
Tattoos and the swagger.
See?
It's Tay Diggs. Okay.
Wait, Melanie, are you in a place where you can hop on and chat about this?
Does Melanie want to jump?
I'll send you the thing. I'm going to send it to you, and if you want to, no pressure.
No pressure. Melanie, I don't want any trouble. I don't need any trouble.
She'll cancel all your social media accounts, but if you don't even have to know.
Already has my passwords. Already has them. Didn't mean to send them to her, but she's like, I'm in. I've got it.
I'm doing it. It's happening. It's a thing. Okay. Here we go.
Get in it. Now, things are just getting good at the 2 hour mark.
I'm gonna post it to Mel's Bells.
And do you want me to?
I'm sending this to you.
Okay. I love it. I'm not ready for things to be open yet because I'm not ready for because honestly, we talked about this too, is that in a year and a half, you think that people would have gotten smarter, learned some new skills, and then I'm realizing that I'm jumping back into a shit pile that has been sitting for a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's just a shit pile that's been sitting for a year and a half. And you're just
okay. Yeah, honestly, like it has been the worst. Like people aren't ready from what I've seen, and I've gone out very little.
Yeah, but you've been out more than I have, by the way. I'm going out tomorrow for the first time, and I haven't been out.
I have. Oh, you know what? Someone had a question about this. I'm going to send it to you. Oh, Melanie's coming in. I'm so happy. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm going to look up that music, and I'm going to send it to you.
I have it. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it.
I'll look it up.
Okay, thanks. By look it up, I meant ask me.
I'll look it up. I have to just
Melanie is coming in. I'm so freaking excited. And Chico, you are all of us. We are all in this.
Chico, I'm right there with you, boo.
I'm pancaking too, Chico. Let's be clear. Okay, here comes.
Get in here. Come on. This is a party now. Hello.
The great.
You are great.
I'm in my pajamas.
I
How
love
dare
it.
you barge into my bedroom and request a performance?
I love it.
I'm watching Real Housewives of New York City living my best life. You two are over here just yammering about ducks and things and the Citizen app, to which I've tried to get booked on multiple times. Who do I have to send my links to?
I'm telling you. Oh my God. Hi.
One friend. Melanie Vesey, legend, icon, Vesey.com. Get up in there. Just great. What a treat.
I'm a fan. I'm all about it. I learned, and I don't like learning things. I'm not a person I don't want to know how sausage is made. I don't want to know a lot. I don't know where Redondo Beach is, but I learned stuff on Saturday. You're wonderful.
Well, when you're as closest to perfection as you are, darling, it is hard to get someone like you over the finish line. But I am here. I am ready. I can handle this request. But please, thank you. You're welcome.
I texted Jackie and was like, wow, I'm learning so much shit.
Aww.
And well, you got that real, you talk real. And I fucking love I think more people in the future will be gravitating towards that. Like, I'm speaking to you real. If you don't like it, then keep moving. I don't have time for it. But it's because it's helpful to people. And sorry, go on.
Well, no, I think the other thing too is that it's real, it's helpful, massively helpful, because you give people actionable things. You're not just
actionable.
You're so you learn about, and I want to get past this talking about your insane comedy because you're just such a goddamn delight. But on the promotional side of it, you people things that they can take and do and check off of their list, and it's not a $1 billion. Because what do we always think when it's us, right? We always think we're at the bottom of the mountain. I've got to climb this damn mountain. It's like, well, the mountain's a Twitter handle. Calm down, right? And you're like, I'm at the thing. I don't have the gear. And you're like, well, it costs. Just give up this gear. It's all achievable. So the point is you make it accessible in every way that matters, right? Which is money, understanding, and action. And I think those are the biggest things for people.
Oh, well, you're kind. Thank you so much. I just feel like everybody needs help doing that portion. Like promotion is it has such a bad name. And I feel like so many people have ruined it. They've used it for not good purposes. You guys even addressed it even in this show tonight. And so I'm here to kind of make it a real thing, because if you aren't being of service to your art, what are you doing? Who cares that you wrote that movie? Who cares that you made that song? Who cares if it's just playing in some dark corner of the internet or not at all? And I feel like artists crap out before they can deliver it to an audience. And to me, that is the biggest crime. That to me makes me sad. It makes me sad inside, that
now
artists do that to themselves.
Because you're a badass comic, you've performed everywhere with everyone and done all the shit. Where do you stand on the trash fire that is the world reopening?
Well, I'm vaxxed. I am relaxed. I'm ready to hit the streets to the max. However, I'm not sure where everything else is at right now. So I'm kind of just taking it like a little bit at a time. Like I literally had a conversation. I was on another podcast today, not bragging. These are facts. And I was talking about, going out and getting booked on shows. And so I think I'm on kind of like that moment where I'm going to get over the hump and get out a little bit more. But, I've been performing online this whole time.
Yeah.
Multiple weekly comedy shows and doing all of that stuff. And so
God bless.
I think I'm ready to rock and roll. But I think what's hard is I don't know if I want to drive ever again. So come perform here. Is it 45 minutes away each direction? Do I need to bring a meal? What are my feet ready for shoes again? I don't think that they are. I think my feet are so soft, so supple, and to jam them into a smart nighttime shoe, I think I'm gonna have a lot of blisters. I'm worried. I'm very, very concerned about it. So,
well, because you're also like, you're not and I think this is something we have in common. Don't count tonight. I'm doing the best I can, but you're not a sloppy moppy. Like when you hit a stage, people know Melanie Vesey's on stage, period. I mean, even Chico was saying, you're so pretty, reminds you of Claire Underwood. Like you're stunning. That's, that's au naturel. That's day to night, night to day. But like, you don't do sloppy moppy, right? Like you have sloppy friends and God bless, but you don't. Billy too. Billy, like when you hit a stage, like when you hit a room, when you hit a neighborhood, really, we know because I get notifications, but people know like you're in the building. Like, so it's not as easy to throw on a slip-on shoe and go, I'm just being real. Like you do more stage prep than that. And so it's not just like, let me put on my old kids and head out and rock out. Because you hit a stage unless you're hitting that damn stage.
Yeah.
Only Jackie said that.
My childhood trauma manifested into glamour. I have to be glamour at all times. If there isn't a fur coat involved, if there isn't a gold ring, if there isn't an encrusted Swarovski crystal something, I feel naked and afraid. And so I think you both identify with that. I identify as glamour puss. That is my outward facing identity. So
I love it.
I can't phone it in, people. I can't phone it in.
Not who you are. It's not who you are. Jackie said the first time that she saw you, that you walked in and she was like, oh my God, who is this person? Yep. And that's how she billed it to me. And she wasn't lying. I texted you and said, she ain't lying. She spoke highly of you. She was not lying to me.
I said, I knew exactly.
Yeah.
This isn't a person that walks in and because we knew each other from the previous show thing.
Yeah.
And we worked with all these males, right? And of course, with all these males, there's all this bullshit that like doesn't exist. And so they were like, and I was like, I like to meet people and go, who are you? Because I genuinely want to know. And then I'm either going to absorb you into the flesh of my flesh and we're going to walk through this life together, which is the three of us, or I'm going to put you over here and we'll never speak of that day.
I'll never see you again. I will not use your lane in the trial checkout items unless I don't want to see you.
And that's quite a pile.
I call people like that I call them pieces of glass. Like I just see right through them. I'm like, oh, it's a piece of glass. Like I unfortunately it makes me an asshole because I'm just like, I know you remember me. I know you remember meeting me. I'm wearing a Paloma Picasso vintage frame. My hair is orange. I am covered in tattoos. Of course you remember me, honey. I don't remember you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm such a dick.
Yeah,
I gotta get better about it. I gotta get better. I'm trying.
It's you know why? Because you know damn well they know you. They know who you are. They know who you were before you got there. And this scene, it's like this LA before LA, New York comedy, whatever. It's all the whole world is smaller than we ever think it is. But like this is very small and we know each other. And like you're not a person you don't remember, right? And I had a social media argument. Spoiler.
Oh no. Oh God. Oh God.
Changey bitch. And it was about like BLM stuff, and she was an asshole, and that's all that matters. And I will be damn sure to never say her name out loud. Actually, don't even remember. No bullshit. But I will remember it and text it to Melanie tomorrow. But this chick, because I think I told you at the time, but this chick was like, sorry, she followed me on all the things, right? And then she was like, sorry, I don't even know who you are. And I was like, well, bitch, here's the screenshot. The screenshot was follow back, which means you follow me. I don't follow, which I don't care. Who gives a fresh crap if you do or not? But the point is, like, don't stun on me because I'm the receipts queen.
Don't. And you tipped your $5 on Postmates, which you brought over your food from Formosa Cafe. I won't stand for it. I won't stand for this.
I don't know you. I was like,
oh, yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Work for Pink Dot.
At that point, they're
Trash.
a fan. They're a fan.
100%. But when I met Melanie and I was like, oh, this is a human I have to exchange personally. Like, and I walked right up, right? And you were at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room, and you're up in the what do you call that there? The little balcony, whatever it is.
The green room or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was like, hey, and you were like, oh, hi. And we had this, and I was just like, I just love, and that's it. And no one's going to change it. You know me, when I imprint like I'm in the Twilight series. I go, okay, this is it. You're my people, and that's the end of that conversation.
I love it.
Well, they say you spot it, you got it. So
Kale, I swear to God.
Kale's leaving us. Great. We lost another one. Well, there's that. All right.
I'm going to put her handle so you can follow Melanie in there, Kale, even though you betrayed me to my core.
And now, Melanie, what's the next not podcast. What's it called? Zoom.
Oh, the Promotional Rescue Boot Camp. It's going to be this Saturday. It's going to be about outreach.
Again. Okay.
If you want to learn how to, reach out to press and features, representation, and you want to be able to do that without feeling gross, that's what I'm going to be covering this Saturday.
Okay.
And that's where the rubber really hits the road, is reaching out to people.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. I have a hard time posting every day. I love so much shit that you said. I told Jackie so much shit you said. I was like, oh, wow, this is brilliant. And things I don't think about. But what I also have to say is, first of all, I've never seen your comedy. So you could be not funny. For all I know, you could not be funny. So I'm not signing off on that just yet. I mean, I feel confident that you can hold your own, but I don't fucking know. I don't want to get crazy about it. But I love that so many of the people at the webinar, whatever that word is, the Zoom
workshop, yeah.
Douglas, your rubber isn't even here. Don't even try it. But you had so many people from different, I would think, it's just all comedians, and it's not. And I thought that was brilliant because I think what you have to say helps a lot of different people in different areas. But I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it's universal. What I teach is universal. People are like, oh, do you work with punk bands and authors? And I'm like, everything I teach is universal across the board. It's also too, it's more of a mindset. It's about how to not sabotage yourself when you have to do this stuff around relating to an audience. And that is, everybody needs that. If you're a dog walker, if you're a dog walking business, if you're a comedian, if you're an actor, whatever you're doing, you need that help to make sure that you're staying current and not feeling gross about it and not burning out on the garbage around it. So, because that's where it gets.
We're walking through hot garbage all day, every day. I don't know how. I turn it off. I don't look. I unfollow people. That unfollow button has become my bestie. But that snooze. Snooze people, and I'll snooze them for a year. And then I'm like, okay, I think you just don't need to be here anymore. We have to.
Yeah. See, I don't know how to do that either. What's that fucking clicking? I thought it was this water bottle. What is it?
It's you. Of course it's you. It's some nonsense you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're logged in on 2 devices here. I know what the other one's doing. There's audio coming in.
It's probably me. I'm probably draining the life force like I do with most people. So I apologize.
Not at all.
If you want to the vampire continue to rest in her coffin, I would.
Well, we love you. I put Melanie's handle below it's under Billy because I hack his accounts anyway. But so you can see it there. Follow at Melanie Vesey. learn more about what Melanie does, and go see her perform because you will fucking not regret it. That's all I can tell you. So
you guys are the best.
Jumping in.
Thank you. So
Thank you,
much.
Melanie. Nice to see you. Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Jax, bring Melanie on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. And,
Yes,
her wife's amazing too. Her wife's a chef.
Fine.
Yeah, she's great. They're great.
Sunday might be a little intense, but like whatever you think, I'm down. I'm down for whatever.
Sunday will be a Jason, you son of a biscuit.
This motherfucker, where have you been? I love her. Do you know Jason too?
No.
Oh, Jason's wonderful. Good
I
egg.
tell everyone like I know them, and then they just think that I do. Like that's just my thing.
But I was like, oh my god, you and I have so many mutual friends in general.
We do.
So I
and
always
questionable. I go, how do you know them?
Yeah, there's also that part of the.
I don't think you should. I
I like Jason. I can't invite any more people. Sunday is already.
You know, you're capped. You can't. We need to draw the line at Melanie and her wife, which you've now. That's happening.
Really great. I mean, okay, we'll deal with that too. All right. What's our next thing? Because
it's 10:20. I mean, for God's sakes, you want to bury me on this show, or can I go to bed? I don't know how long this continues.
Hey, everybody, Billy Francisci here. Welcome to
20 minutes ago. I don't know what they're doing.
I can't believe Melanie was on our show. I feel like now we've reached a different level. Now I really have to add music to everything, do a promo video. All that.
The fact that we had I'm going to be honest with you, the fact that we had an opener without music and like a proper video intro while Melanie was here was really.
That's on me. That's my fault. And I
blame myself. I gave birth to you, and I tell this to your mother. I blame myself.
It's a lot of work. Tonight's show was good. I'm happy with tonight's show.
Yeah, this was fun. Oh, wait. Kwame is in the
hey, babe. Hi, sweetheart. Okay.
Kwame has been doing the most amazing work in the community, but Kwame, I'm going to not talk about that, even though you literally are changing lives every day. What I'm going to talk about is Saturday night. So you need to text me right now if I can, because I'm doing it. So Saturday night.
Hi, sweetheart. Okay. This show has to be 3 hours, so we get to see everybody we need to see to make sure everyone touches base. That's why we get the check-ins to make sure.
Last week.
Okay.
Cool. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah. So last week, Kwame and I did a Zoom. You know, I like to drink and do a YouTube spiral where I watch old music videos and just,
Yeah, you have problems. Yeah.
Weep or pray for a better tomorrow that doesn't come. So last week, Kwame and I were texting, and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm available. So we jump on a FaceTime, and we're playing music. It ends up hours later. Of course, I may have had a sip. I don't recall, but
sounds like us. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
And I'm literally like singing Celine Dion. We're both Celine Dion fans, Kwame and I. Yeah, I know. I'm joking. I don't need your pain.
Okay, that's a lot to take in. Okay, go on.
Right? Celine all day. Come on. So I'm at one point I'm singing Celine Dion songs to Kwame. I mean, we had the best time, right? But during this impromptu FaceTime, shit show, karaoke, whatever we were doing, we cooked up hanging out on Saturday night, which I promptly forgot because I was
drunk, drinking, tap dancing the whole night.
Don't assign names to me, but yes, something. I had too much quiche, as I recall, and I didn't remember. So we're talking, getting into the weekend, and he brings it up. So we get a bunch of us. We meet in WeHo. We went to Trunks, which is
just opened. Yeah, nice.
My spot of all spots. Yeah. Trunks is my spot of all spots. I'm Gold Coast RIP. I'm still not. I won't get into it because
right. I'm with you.
I'm still mourning, but Trunks is my spot. So I was like, let's all meet at Trunks. So a bunch of us meet there.
Yep.
Time of our lives. Yes, Douglas, it is open. We went, and I was so jazzed. So
they just opened. Yeah.
Oh my God, I was so excited. So we went. We did the whole thing. And of course, as we're leaving, I'm like dancing with Z and like Z turns to talk to someone, so therefore walks away as I'm like dropping it, which means now I physically dropped it. I wasn't even drunk yet. I was like, and then of course they all know me at the bar. Of course they all know, everybody, the owners, the bartender. So, and they're all like, okay, she's back. She's falling on the floor. It's 9 p.m. We've all done our jobs.
We're getting there. Yeah.
And I legitimate, Douglas, say no more. You're not. You're
wow. Tough
15 years too late for that, my friend.
Right.
So we decide we're going to go to a karaoke room. We didn't know they were open. Well, I know I said earlier, for those of you that for some reason are here right now, that weren't here 7 hours ago when we started this show.
It's a lot. Yeah, we're in it. Yeah.
That I am every ounce of shame Billy's ever had, but in a person. So like the fact that I love karaoke bar, I mean, just I'm all, look at this. I'm like all of the things, I'm all this shame and regret just in a beat. Yeah. So we decided we're going to go to the karaoke bar. It was like, the private rooms. We're all vaxxed. By the way,
K-Town. Yeah.
We were in K-Town. We spent quarantine together. So during most of quarantine, it was me, Z, Kwame. It's a very small group of us in even during the quarantine pod times when it was like just your people. There's we would go out and like go to the beach, social distance and all that stuff. So then we all got vaxxed and we were hanging out and we still hang out with the same crew. So we went to the karaoke room, and when I tell you, I think I tore things. I sang like I never sang a song in my life.
No.
Kwame, there was a tambourine. I don't know if he's texting me angrily, but there was I think he's still there. There was a tambourine. I texted Kwame the next day, like, I think you're still holding the tambourine. You were so attached to that instrument.
What a train wreck. Singing Melissa Manchester. I mean, I was 30 when it just. Well, and on that note, madam, karaoke. What song did Kwame sing?
Kwame, what did you sing? They didn't have any Melissa Etheridge. Oh, of course, they sang Alanis Morissette. Obviously, we would all die. Like, what else are you gonna do?
I can't.
We sang. What's that? I can't remember the name of the Evanescence. You don't know that? I can tell by your face.
I don't know. No, I don't. You're right. You're right.
I'll send you a link tomorrow. I watch Billy's other shows, and then I send him musical links to everything they reference and he didn't understand. Did I not last time? I watched this whole show.
Oh, I didn't know.
Everything.
All those things. Yeah, I didn't know.
They made all these musical references, and so I went.
Melissa Branch or something. What was it?
Michelle Branch. I don't. I sent Billy all these texts with all the links to all the songs.
Yeah. I don't know. I live in my own world. My heart will go on. Did you fucking sing that? You people need help. That's too much. That is too. No. Kwame, no. I am drawing a line in the sand. Stop, drop, and roll.
Douglas, we were just talking about that, Douglas.
I make my bed. I do my Monday morning bed making.
That's your outro, like your little intro and everything.
You've got to start your day making your bed. It's one of the things we have control over. Make your fucking bed. Michael sent me a picture of a Cobb salad. This motherfucker. Well,
for those of you who weren't here for the important Cobb salad content,
I thought Cobb salad had corn on the cob in it. I do need.
It ended up back here late night with the small group of us singing to the YouTube now. Seasons of Love, songs from The Little Mermaid, which I don't know if Kwame participated in that, but it was a real vibe in there.
Fucking Love, not Rent. God damn it. I cannot. Okay, listen, but there were moments of gold. That's it. I am so angry right now at what I'm seeing. I feel like you are ruining it. Michelle, I don't know that either, Jason. I'm sorry. I mean, you people do a lot of stuff. Would you let someone eat crackers?
Wait, is that a real question?
No, eat crackers in my bed? No, I have a gluten allergy. There's no crackers in this house. Bread is not a thing.
I'm looking at one. But wait, Douglas, is that a real question? Is that a real question?
No one's eating crackers in my bed. I am a Christian woman, and there is no crackers in my bed. I am keeping my life together. I think I'm going to get off of this, Jackie, soon, and then maybe I will smoke some weed, put on some.
Yes, thank God. Good for you.
But this was a good show. This is our good show to cut. We've been away for a while.
It's been a minute, yeah.
I don't know when we're back again. I'll get into that later. Today's the 11th, not the 25th. I don't know. We're going to do it later.
We'll figure it out later because I've got travel and you've got travel and all that jazz. But this was wonderful. Oh, and by the way, one of the shows I'm binging, because we usually talk about it, is Loudermilk. It's old. It's like 2017 maybe, but I didn't discover it until recently. So it's on Amazon.
Oh.
And it's called Loudermilk, and it's, I'm going to screw it up. It was the guy, what was the movie, the Office movie, where they smashed everything and he asked about the stapler? Office Space? Was it Office Space, the name of that movie?
I don't know any of the words you're using so far, but go on.
Okay, one of them will know. They'll comment. One of them will know. I think it's, he's like, oh,
Not My Daughter, starring Sally Field.
No, but I love that goddamn movie, and she should have never been in it. It's a little bit offensive now, but I loved it then. And I will say, no, the series is called Loudermilk, and he is a sober guy, and he leads meetings, and it's all about the people in his meeting.
Oh, wow.
It's all these super dope characters. There's some that one of the guys is an American Horror Story. It's all these dope actors that are in this, but they're like, you know, when things go to like major networks, they just get ripped apart because they're so cheesy and overdone.
Yeah.
None of it's overdone. So there's this massive amount of diversity in every way. In every way you could name.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's diversity.
Okay.
But it's never spoken about, or it's just kind of, it's just like, oh, this is how it should be. And so it's super dope, but it's so funny. So it's literally a bunch of people in recovery in these meetings together. It's all their lives and backstories, and it's called Loudermilk, and it's on Amazon.
Okay.
So I just want to show you. Jason, I don't need, you know what? I'm not.
Wow. Wow. Motherfucker. I will cut you open like a tauntaun in Empire Strikes Back. Don't try it. Douglas, thank you, honey, for sticking with us for 2.5 hours. We're doing pretty good. One of our shorter shows tonight. Jackie, I love you.
I love you. And thank you all for coming. Kwame, thank you for coming in late. And Jason, too.
Jason,
You're
too.
Wonderful.
So many friends. And Melanie, I can't believe what a good night. I'm very happy. I'm not angry.
That was a really, really fun treat.
Thank you, Kaylon. Thank you. That was real cute. And that's it. Jax?
That's it. Let's go.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. See you all later. Have a good night.
Bye.
International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia is May 17th. Again, I know I mentioned it a few times. Send me your video. You can DM it, no problem, and I'll take care of it. All you have to do is turn the camera and say, don't be a homophobe, don't be a transphobe, don't be a biphobe. You can say one or all three. And again, it's for the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, which unfortunately a lot of us still suffer. And we'll put a PSA out on May 17th along with these amazing queer activists. So send me your video if you want to. We love you. Have a good night, everybody.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.